Weston McKennie continues to deliver this season for Juventus. McKennie, it's a superb counter-attacking move. Back to front with devastating consequences.
He's quick, Folarin Balogun. The angle is narrow, he looks to chip the goalkeeper. It's an absolutely wonderful goal by Folarin Balogun. Maybe a match-winning goal.
Absolutely outstanding from Adams. Those sort of goals seem to be the thing.
They come here to Pulisic! What an impact he's had! And Christian Pulisic immediately leaves his mark.
Hi, hello, and welcome to your favorite Average Good podcast turned watch along. Call it what you want. It's going to have a special watch along for the US Senegal game here live at the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts. Love the energy here. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Marcelo Balboa and Charlie Davies. And guys, we're 30 minutes away from one of our last friendlies before the World Cup. Cello, how are you feeling about it?
After seeing the lineup, a little nervous.
We're going to get into that in a second, but keep going.
No offense, but we've all talked about freeze. We see Turner in there. You know, now you're looking at Berhalter in there, which we were not supposed to. No Weston McKennie today. Pepe's up top. So I'm a little confused right now of what he's trying to get out of this game.
Yes, we're going to have a lot of questions to answer. And hopefully those questions will be answered during the game, Chuck. Shout out to everybody watching on the Golasso Network and on the Golasso America YouTube channel. We appreciate you. Charlie, where do you really want to see? Before we get into the lineups, because we'll get into that in a little bit, what do you want to see overall from this team?
I want to see us keep possession. I want to see us generate a lot of scoring opportunities. I want to see this team excite the population. I want everybody to believe this team after this game, right? Because to Cello's point, I have butterflies before this game. I'm nervous. I'm optimistic, but I'm nervous because if we see a poor performance today, I think that's really going to hurt the momentum going into this summer.
Okay, Cello, so we're both former center backs of the U.S. men's national team. We gave up 7 goals in our last 2 games against Belgium and Portugal, respectively. That's a concern for me. We have to get it right on that side of the ball. We haven't had a clean sheet in the last 6. We're not going to win anything of consequence or get out of our group or have any momentum if we can't. Defense wins championships, everybody. I'm just throwing that out there for everybody. Okay, that's really important for us defenders. What do you want to see from us defensively today?
I want to see them solid. I want to see them in sync. I want to see one guy slide out, next guy cover. I want to see the 2 outside wingbacks drop in and do a nice 5 back when we defend. And really, for me, take pride in their defending. I feel like everybody passes the kind of buck. I mean, last game, people were looking around going, that was yours. They were pointing at each other. That's not the way we should be at this point. At this point, we should be in sync. We should be more worried about the defensive. Listen, you got enough offensive guys on that team that are going to score goals, that can score goals. But there's 4 guys that have to be key. The 3 center backs and the 6 has to stay planted.
All right, well-oiled machine is pretty much what he's saying. Now, one of those 3 backs is going to be Tim Ream, who just got named as captain for Mauricio Pochettino in the U.S. Let's hear what Mauricio Pochettino had to say about it.
It's important now because it's our kickoff to the World Cup, and it's good for you and for our fans and for everyone to know that team is my captain, is the captain of the team, is the captain of the U.S. men's national team. Was my first captain when we arrived and we played the first game against Panama in Austin, nearly 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. What I want to say that I am so grateful that he is with us, and because he was a great, captain, not only on the field, if not that, maybe more important off the field. And I think he has the experience, he has the capacity to be the leader that we want, the positive leader, acting and reflecting, on the field and off the field.
Okay, so we're hearing from Mauricio Pochettino about Tim Ream. We're going to get into the starting 11 here, though. So we got Matt Turner in goal. He's getting the nod over Matt Freese.
So everybody in here, New England Revolution starting goalie is starting today. So that's a big deal. It's a big deal.
He started for us in 2022, but it had kind of fallen out of favor, but he's back in for this one. We don't know what that means as of yet. Our back three will be Tim Ream, who we just talked about and just saw. Mark McKenzie will be in the middle of that three, filling in for Chris Richards, who's still dealing with an ankle injury. And then you have Alex Freeman, who's on the right. Not a big surprise for me with regard to that back three with Chris Richards out. And then on the left wing back, we got Jedi Robinson, who's going to be bombing up and down the side. Played with Tim Ream for many years at Fulham, so they'll have a nice relationship. Sergiño Dest will be on the right side. I like that a lot. Then you got Tyler Adams and Sebastian Berhalter as the 2 6s, kind of the bottom of a box. We'll have a box in midfield, and Christian Pulisic and Gio Reyna will be on the top of that box. Ricardo Pepi gets to start over Folarin Balogun. As our resident number 9, Charlie Davies, are you surprised to see Ricardo Pepi getting the nod here?
I'm shocked. Folarin Balogun had an incredible season. He scored a number of big goals against Paris Saint-Germain a few times. The Champions League winners after yesterday being Arsenal. So when I look at Folarin Balogun and the type of runs he gives you, the quality that he has on the ball, dribbling, he can find the pass, but he's great at creating space for his teammates underneath because he's constantly making runs off the defender's back shoulders. I can't for the life of me understand why he is not starting. He is clearly
he's triggered.
The best
we got him early.
Striker that this national team has. The only thing I can think of is he's got a stomach bug or he's got some tightness. Otherwise, that one's perplexing to me.
Okay, so here's the big question, especially for everybody watching behind me and everybody watching at home. Cello, is this lineup, you think, based on the opponent we're facing? Or is it actually because we want to see certain partnerships and relationships within the game that could actually be something we rely on come June 12th against Paraguay?
That's a great question.
That's why I'm here, everybody.
Great question, because at this point of this game, you're 2 games away from Paraguay. What are we experimenting about? What are we supposed to be looking at? We're supposed to be looking at our best lineup possible. If he's healthy, he should be playing. So there's no opponent. Tell me one opponent that we're playing like that's Senegal in the World Cup. So you're not really looking at that point for me. So I'm sitting here going, okay, why is Sebastian in the midfield? Why is Pepi up top? No offense, New England, go. I'm a Colorado Rapids guy, so don't worry about it. In San Jose, Kansas City, so we're all good here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why Turner's in goal instead of Freese, since he's played the majority of the games over the last year. So I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing. Is he trying to give these guys one last chance to what? Beat Freese out? That's what I'm not following. I'm not following why you're not playing your very best, strongest team that's going to start against Paraguay.
All right, if you're watching on the Gloss America YouTube channel, hit us up with some comments. We can throw those up on screen, try to answer as many questions as possible. So Turner and Freese, that's obviously a question mark. Let's get back to Berhalter and who's playing next to Tyler Adams ultimately. We thought it was going to be Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie's not even starting. We thought if he didn't start next to Tyler, he'd start next to Christian up high. Are you surprised not to see Weston?
Again, for everybody watching, 2 games to go before your first World Cup game. You go with your strongest team. The next game against Germany, that's a game where you maybe experiment.
You don't want injuries. You don't want injuries.
You don't want injuries. But also, more importantly, you want fresh legs.
Yeah.
So, if anything, you're giving your guys the opportunity to play your strongest team, to get into a rhythm, and then the next game against Germany, you adjust, you adapt.
Yeah.
I am shocked that Sebastian Berhalter is in the starting lineup if Weston McKennie is not at all in the picture. Because Weston McKennie's been the best American overseas this season. He's been consistent. He's been one of those guys that you say, you know what? In the big matches, he showed up for Juve. Gio Reyna, I know you weren't a big fan of him being selected into the 26-man roster, period.
I'm excited he's starting, though.
He is starting.
I'm thrilled. So, I asked for that. I challenged Mauricio Pochettino.
Of course he did.
I did. I said, listen, if you're going to bring him in because he's a special case and he's got talents that nobody else on the team has, then you got to play the guy. Yep. You can't bury that type of talent on the bench. So, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see how Gio plays.
All right, but, typically for national team players, you've got to play to get into the national team. Gio Reyna has not played all that much. 500 minutes total.
Over 10 months.
Over 10 months.
Not good enough.
Yet he's starting in this match. So what are you expecting to see from him?
Well, for me, when you're looking at a number 10 in general in that area of the field, you need somebody that's on the ball and dictating the tempo.
Yeah.
So they're the string puller. Are we going to go fast? Are we going to slow it down? How do we bring other people into the attack? How do we get the ball to Ricardo Pepi? More often than not, when we're watching some of our players play, even Flo Balogun, if we look back at the last 2 games, he had 10, 11, 12 touches in general. We got to get our striker more involved, whether it's Pepi, Balogun, Haji Wright, whoever it is. And that's going to be up to Gio Reyna to figure out how to get him incorporated into the flow of the game. And then also, how do you bring in the players out wide? So, okay, Dest is going to be overlapping on the right. You have Jedi overlapping on the left. How do we get them involved, and how do we create overloads? I'm getting real soccer nerd on everybody, but how do we get more overloads in different areas of the field where Gio is a part of that overload so that we can unlock a back line? And Senegal is going to be a great test for that. However, to your point, Paraguay and Australia don't play like Senegal.
No.
So it's going to be
listen, I like, if Gio Reyna's been playing for the last year, imagine 100% fit. Imagine Christian and him together. That's dangerous. I could see that. But he hasn't played. So is he going to try to find his rhythm? Is he trying to see if he can play that position? I looked at Gio as a 20 to 30-minute player if we're losing or if we're tied to see if he can get that one pass to get 1 goal, and he did his job in this World Cup. But, I mean, if I'm going to play him, this would probably be the game that I would see him, or against Germany, like we were talking about, put all the starters today. And but again, listen, if he scores 2 goals today, what are we going to say?
Well, you got to start him.
You got to
start him.
So Chuck, really quick, let's talk about Christian Pulisic, because even though he's called Captain America, he's not the captain of the team. That's Tim Ream. He has not been playing well this year in 2026, calendar year with AC Milan. Hasn't scored for his club. Hasn't scored for the U.S. since 2024. He's due to hit the back of the net. Obviously, I'd rather him save it for the World Cup than a friendly against Senegal. But how concerned are you?
We want him
That's
to
true.
start now.
Confidence is a hell of a drug, everybody. That's what we like to say. So what are you looking for from Christian Pulisic today in particular?
Let the game flow. Don't try and do too much. The things that end up getting Christian Pulisic in trouble is when he feels that he has to do everything. And that means too many touches. That means coming into spaces where he necessarily shouldn't be in. That's where opponents love to see Christian Pulisic, because they have 2-3 guys that can absolutely whack him. And he tends to be physically outnumbered and manhandled when he gets in those positions. So you want to see him get wide. You want to see him get isolated. You want to see him make runs in behind. When he's on the move and he's on the run with the ball at his feet, that's when he's dangerous. So building his confidence, get him in front of goal. If he can create a goal or score a goal, those little moments change your mindset, and all of a sudden you start to feel the confidence flowing through your body. That's what needs to happen with Christian Pulisic. All
right, we'll see where those pockets of space exist, on that. Let's get into Senegal's lineup, because they've got some players that you've probably heard of before. We're going to start with Sadio Mané, who arguably, when he's at his peak, is at the very best, one of the best wingers in the world. He'd be starting up top alongside Nico Jackson, who would play for Bayern Munich last season on loan from Chelsea. Iliman Ndiaye is one of the best 1v1 players in the world, plays for Everton. He's so good, by the way. You got Diarra, who's excellent. Diarra, I don't know if they're going to play a back 3, back 4. We've seen different looks at this. Ndiaye, Kamara plays at Monaco with Folarin Balogun. A couple Monaco players here on the Senegal team. Anybody stand out for you, Chuck?
Yeah, they're wingers. I mean, Sadio Mané and Iliman Ndiaye, 2 players that are constantly going to be attacking. And we talk about Tim Ream, who's going to be wearing the captain's armband. If there's ever a game to see where he is physically, and to be properly tested before World Cup, it's this game.
Right.
So does he sink or swim? How does that back line look? How does Matt Turner look commanding his box? Yeah. Because there's going to be constantly through balls and balls over the top. How good is he coming off his line? Yep. Those are all going to be under a microscope in this, especially in this first half.
All right, so you see the Senegal lineup. You got Habib Diarra, who plays for Sunderland, 22-year-old, has been an absolute beast, worth about $50 million. We'll see if anybody gets him in the transfer market this summer. He's just one of many players we should be concerned with. But what are you trying to figure out from a U.S. perspective when you see that 11 for Senegal?
You got to defend well, and you can't leave spaces. You can't go try to high press them, because if you get caught man for man with the pace they have up front, we could be in trouble. Let's just be honest with that. Mid-block, trying to make sure that the wings are covered. They always say better to force them around than let them go down the middle. But I think what you have to figure out is that transition a little bit, because you're going to drop. How can you isolate Pulisic? And if it is a 3-man back, then you push him wide and you push Reyna wide. You got 2 players that you want isolated. Mm-hmm. But for me, for Christian, I'm telling you, I think he should just float. go find the game, man. I mean, I think that's one thing is we always push him wide or we push him in the middle. I think Gio and him, if Gio's on the right, Pulisic go to the left, but they need to find the game, and that means dropping wide, finding the midfield, finding wherever they need to go. But defensively, it's going to be important today for Jedi and for Dest to get back, because if you do get caught man-to-man with those guys up top from Senegal, that could be trouble.
Yeah, it could be trouble. And I'm a little bit nervous about it, I'm not going to lie. All right, we're going to take our first break of the show. When we come back, more of the good stuff as always, so keep it right here. Hey, what's up? What's up? Okay. All right, welcome back into the show. We're at the Quin House here in Boston, Massachusetts.
Nobody
thrilled.
does it like Boston.
I love it. I
Nobody
absolutely
does
love
it
the
like
energy
Boston.
behind us. Here we got a little timeline from this past week. Tuesday, the U.S. and Mauricio Pochettino in particular announced a 26-man World Cup roster. Then he defends his use of email for letting know that people got cut, right? There's no phone calls, just gave emails that were void of any warmth.
You
or
have
empathy.
not been selected.
You have not been selected. Good luck with the rest of your life. And then on Friday, Pochettino reiterates commitment to U.S. men's national team despite getting linked to AC Milan. Now, before we talk about this, let's hear from the man himself. Here's Mauricio Pochettino.
So much of the talk earlier this week was about the hard part of the job, the decisions, the players who aren't here. But now you get to the point where I'm sure it's the fun part of the job, which is working with 26 players whose dream you made come true by calling them up to this team, including one who you just did it again by naming him captain. What has it been like working with this group, with the excitement, the joy, the anticipation of getting ready for a World Cup? And have you seen that those first few days, the excitement that they'll have now that they're officially part of all of this?
Yes, we are seeing now like I don't know if I said before that, but they are in a very natural way now. Before you never know, because if they are acting, they want to pretend to be, or I don't know. Now, now you can see that it's a big relief because they know that they are going to be involved. If nothing happen, nothing wrong happen, that is the important thing. It's true that they are more open, they are more relaxed, they are happy. They joke, they love to train, they love to, they are so open and very focused in all the areas that we need to improve to arrive in the best condition to compete. I think that is, that is the big difference, that the another camps.
All right, so I listened to that minute of Mauricio Pochettino speaking, and I don't even remember what he said. He was tap dancing. He was tap dancing around just making the team and all that, but let's get back. We actually haven't heard from you on this, Marcelo, but getting an email on not making the World Cup roster, for the ones that are on the peripheral, no problem, right? On the fringe, maybe weren't called into a couple camps, but for the players that had been there and with him on that journey for the last 18 months, the Diego Lunas, the Tanner Tessman, that felt really inappropriate, to be honest.
Listen, I think that times have changed. You know what I mean? Back in the old day, there was no emails, so you had to do it face-to-face.
Let's be honest. Rotary phone?
Rotary, flip phone, the flip phone. So I get it, you know what I mean? But his job is to basically pick his 26-man roster. And if you're comfortable talking to players, if I'm comfortable sitting down with you and saying, hey, buddy, you're not going to make it, then I'll do it that way. Maybe he's not comfortable doing that, so he went through email. So we can criticize him or not. I mean, all over the world, people do it differently. We leaked the roster before anybody else, so there was no real surprises. But listen, I'm okay with the way he did it. Like I said, you can either talk to me or send me an email. Probably better because I'd probably be screaming and yelling and swearing at somebody at that point. But listen, it is what it is. I don't think there's one player on that team that you can say he deserved a great. Loon, I get it. But I'm okay with an email for not making a team.
Hey, imagine, Chuck, that Cello is your dad. All of a sudden, you get emails about, hey, can you go take out the trash?
Nah, father and son are different. You know, I don't want. Listen, if you're a coach and I don't want to face you, what's the easiest way to do it? At least he didn't send a text.
I don't know. I don't know what's more formal, not formal. I just found it pretty interesting for a coach who's known for being that kind of an arm around. You know, he's into man management. For whatever reason, though, when he's taken this job as a national team coach, which is different than the club scene, right? Because the club scene, you're around the guys every single day, so it's a little bit different. But here, it feels cold and calculated, which makes me then wonder, is he bought in? Is he really bought into this team? Because I feel like if you were, you would be doing those little things to try to squeeze as much potential out of these players as possible.
I get it, but you heard him. He said, well, the players are happy now. Of course they're happy. They're on the 26-man roster. I get that. But here's the deal. Since day one, we knew he was leaving after the World Cup, right? Did we not?
100%.
Okay, so why are we blowing that up that he's talking AC Milan?
I'm not worried about it.
But
it's a distraction.
Yeah, it is. But it's like, okay, whatever.
It's a distraction that we knew was coming.
Yeah.
And the players knew it was coming. Because if he was going to extend, we would have heard those conversations a long time ago. I mean, same with Thomas Tuchel at England and Carlo Ancelotti. They happily extended 2 months before.
Well, the guy that hired him left.
Right. So Matt Crocker leaves, and he's the sporting director of U.S. Soccer. Once he leaves, you're thinking to yourself, well, why is he leaving so early? Wouldn't you at least see the national team play this summer and then move?
But that upsets me more than what Pochettino's doing. Because Matt obviously doesn't think this U.S. is qualified. This U.S. isn't going to do anything special. So he jumped ship before the World Cup so his name isn't tarnished so he can go get another job. That, to me, is no loyalty to me. When you sign up and you play for the national team, you represent that jersey. When you sign a contract for U.S. Soccer, you fulfill that contract. And he didn't fulfill that contract, and that's disappointing to a guy who's played it, a guy who's played it, and a guy who's played it, that he jumped ship because he didn't have confidence in this team.
This show just got spicy, everybody. We just leveled it up. Okay, so yes.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. So to give everybody some context, Matt Crocker was the sporting director that was hired by U.S. Soccer. He ended up hiring Emma Hayes, who's done tremendous for the U.S. women's national team.
He's from England, he went back to England to say, I'm going to take the best coaches I know I could get, which was Emma Hayes, who was sensational. She got the U.S. a gold medal. She's kind of put the program back to where they need to be.
I love Emma Hayes.
Emma Hayes is amazing.
Can she take over the U.S. men's national team?
and then Mauricio Pochettino, Matt Crocker was talking about, I need to get somebody that is a serial winner. So you're thinking, okay, trophies, who's available out there that is a serial winner? I want to know.
I forgot they used that phrase.
Yeah. Like, is Mauricio Pochettino a serial winner? I don't know about that. But he an accomplished manager? Yes. So he signs for the U.S. men's national team, and automatically you're saying, if you're going out to get a coach of that stature, with that name, who's coached in a Champions League final, who's coached Mbappe and Messi, and has coached PSG, then you got to elevate the program. You have to get these players to play at a higher level. You have to come with new ideas.
Yep. Like sending emails.
And his first go was the Nations
Revolutionary.
League, and it was a failure.
Yes.
A massive failure.
Yes.
So the floor all of a sudden went from here all the way down here. So now, would you say he's gotten back to where the expectations are? And I'd say no, he hasn't. Still a lot to prove. And today, he's only thrown more doubt into it by his decision making.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder, what are we doing? Is, I guess, the big phrase here.
The only thing I like is that he laid down the law that this is my team. So he sent a message to Christian and everybody else during that time. Mm-hmm. I like that because I think we're at that level. But now we're looking at something different. When the guy who hired you gave up on us and gave up on Pochettino, so what's he thinking? You know what I mean? So Pochettino, for me, listen, you can lose these next 2 games. I care, but we're all going to judge him on the 3 games in the World Cup or the 4 games or the 5 games. If we get to that 5th game, we're going to say Pochettino did a great job. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Go enjoy AC Milan. Will we not?
We're going to highly encourage every manager from here on out to send emails.
Yeah, at least
we set records at this
modern
World Cup.
times. Do it through text or do it through Instagram.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There'll be another version of DM. Yeah, give me a little bit of a DM. All right, let's get into predictions. Chuck, I'm coming to you first. What's the score going to be? How's the game going to play out? We got a little bit of time here. Extrapolate your answer, please.
This is the unknown. I don't think I've ever come in to a prediction where I literally have no idea what to expect. No, zero. Now, we're 2 games out from a World Cup. We're on the midst of the world's biggest tournament. I would like to think the energy, the intensity is going to be through the roof so we get a result. I'm going to go optimistic. I'm going to go 2-0 U.S.
2-0?
2-0.
We're going to get our first clean sheet in 6 games.
Matt Turner holds it down. We win 2-0.
Wow. Okay, Cello, how about you?
Well, and you're right, you can go look, this is an unknown because we're not going to play a team like this. So I look at the speed, the discipline this team has, the way they defend okay, but they're more of an offensive-minded team. I'm a positive guy, and I like to think that my national team is going to win. So I'm going to say they're going to get scored on, but they're going to win 2-1.
Okay, I like that one. That's a good shout. Gio Reyna's starting, so obviously we're going to win. So I'm going to say 2-1 as well. All right, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, it's going to be kickoff. So keep it right here for the special watch-along for Call What You Want. What's up, everybody, and welcome back into the Quin house. We got Andy's backside. Nothing more I want to see than Andy's backside here at the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts for this very special watch-along for U.S. versus Senegal. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Marcelo Balboa and Charlie Davies. And we're getting after it. Kickoff is almost upon us. But lineups, let's kind of revisit the lineups, Cello. What's your biggest surprise? Is it Turner starting over Freeze, Berhalter over McKennie, Gio Reyna getting the nod, Pepi over Balogun? Like, which one of those four?
The whole spine.
That really is.
It really is. I mean, when you look at Pepi, I mean, we got to see what he can do. Berhalter, I can live with Berhalter because he's going to fight and scratch, and he's having a very good year with Vancouver. But I would rather see Weston McKennie there. And then after watching the last game where Turner coughed up that ball off his feet, we know he's not great. And then the last game he played, I felt like he was punching everything instead of catching everything when they lost to Belgium. So I thought Freeze. So I got to be honest, there's not one. There's three surprises to me in this lineup.
Okay, Chuck, any of those ones stand out for you more than another? Or maybe a player you're really going to be paying attention to in this game?
You can make an excuse for Pepi playing up top, right? Because Ricardo Pepi has scored a number of goals in Holland playing for PSV, and he just for whatever reason hasn't ever clicked under Pochettino. He hasn't performed. I remember one of the last friendlies that he got an opportunity, he came in off the bench and missed a sitter, right? Yep. So you're saying, okay, he hasn't really found his footing yet. But for me, the biggest shock is Matt Turner in goal. And it's not because Matt Turner isn't better than Matt Freese when he's fulfilling his potential. I think his upside is still better than and bigger than Matt Freese. It's more that Pochettino's decided to go with Matt Freese over Turner at every opportunity and has basically said, this is my number one. All of a sudden, in the biggest game ahead of the World Cup, to start with Matt Turner. So it's almost like a flip-flop. And Matt Turner's been better than Matt Freese this season. So is he just going to go into this decision by saying, hey, form is more important than what my beliefs were heading into this window?
Who's your surprise?
Oh, I would say Berhalter.
Okay.
Getting a start over Weston McKennie is a pretty big surprise. Yeah. Again, I think you can build a narrative around seeing Ricardo Pepi from the get-go.
Can you build a narrative over Matt Turner starting?
Well, yeah, you've done a nice job of that, things considered. But I'm surprised that he is starting, but I would say Berhalter over over Weston McKennie. Yeah. Potentially, if you had dropped, somebody else down, then McKinney's up. I don't know. I just felt like kind of know what he's about. So I guess that one would be the biggest surprise for me. One of the things that I'm looking at, though, and there was some good moments against Belgium and Portugal back in March where we were good in the first half. In
first 30
areas.
minutes.
By the way,
building out.
Who scored?
Our press.
Who scored for the U.S.?
Ricardo Pepi.
No, in the second game in the header.
Weston McKennie. And he's not in the team.
Yeah.
Well, there may be illness. We don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's a little tight and they're saving him a little bit. I'm trying to find a way to help. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm trying to help.
So we have a question here. We asked you to ask us some questions on the Gloss of America YouTube channel. This one is, how has Sergiño Dest been this season, and what do you expect his role to be for this World Cup? Charlie Davies.
Well, he's been injured. So he's kind of was in form, performing, got injured. Then I think we're all questioning what his influence would be because towards the end of the season, he finally got back on the pitch, and then it seems like he's ready to go. So I'm excited because that's one player that we don't really necessarily have a replacement for because of his quality on the ball. He's creative. He's daring. He's one of those players that has a little bit of the Brazilian samba in him, right? Yeah. So I'm glad that he's in the team, but I'd say it's been an up and down season for him at PSV.
Yeah, and actually in the last couple of games he's been playing at left back for PSV. So there's some comfort level there that even if Jedi gets hurt for whatever reason, you could throw him over on that side, especially as a wing back where he feels a little bit more comfortable, can get up and down, cut inside on his right. Ultimately, I think he's going to be a key player for us. I thought he was pivotal for us in the World Cup in 2022, and I don't expect that to change. We just have to make sure we're locked down defensively if something happens on that side of the field.
What worries me is little injuries. Let's just Tyler Adams goes down. Who takes his place?
Well, that's why Tanner Tessman should be
But
here.
that's what I'm saying. I agree with you, but now you're looking at Berhalter, Roldan, and Weston McKennie. So now you're taking a player who's better going forward than he is sitting in front of that back.
Right.
So I think the strongest point on this team is Jedi and Sergiño Dest. I think they're the most strongest, powerful guys that will go forward, that make the game entertaining. From there, I think they're questioned. I mean, we didn't talk about Freeman yet. Freeman's playing tonight, starting, and we're not even like, are you concerned? I'm not concerned.
No, I'm not concerned.
I think you can slip him into Sergiño Dest if something happened, and then Dest over to the left-hand side. So I think there's depth in certain areas. But
by the way, we didn't even talk
field,
about Timothy Weah either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we haven't even brought up Tim
But
Weah.
where do you play? Where do you play Timothy?
You can put him at the 10 where Gio is currently. You can put him out wide where Dest is. There's a couple options.
I mean, he's going to naturally do what, Tim Weah? Naturally drift out and attack. So, yeah, I'm with you. I just think that there's a few question marks. For me, Tim Ream today, and we didn't even say Mark McKenzie to me. I'm loving this, but I want to see how he does.
As a reminder, we're here at the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts. Great crowd behind us. Everybody's fired up and ready for this game. Let's talk a little bit of tactics before the game does kick off, Chuck. On both sides of the ball, what are you looking for? For me, I'll go first. On the attacking side, I want to see some tempo, right? We're on the ball. We're dictating the terms and how we want to play. To your point, we looked pretty good in the first 30 minutes of the last two games, but I want that tempo to exist and happen and be consistent throughout the game. Because when the game got away from us against Portugal and Belgium, we couldn't get it back, right? It was just them the rest of the game. So can we wrangle a game back when it starts to get away from us? Senegal's going to have some run of play. How do we get it back? That's one. Secondly, on the defensive side, compactness. Where are we winning the ball? How are we trying to win it? Where are we setting traps? Is everybody aligned in how we're moving, or is it just defending in ones and twos? That's going to be really important because we're not going to beat anybody of consequence if we're not really buttoned up on that side.
Well, not to get too nerdy, but
more nerdy stuff, please.
What I would say from a defensive standpoint, right? When you play a back five, the reason why this will really help us versus an opponent like Senegal, when they have a lot of speed, is that you have two players marking one in both wide areas. So Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream have to double Njai, and then on the opposite side you have Dest and you have Freeman marking Sadio Mané. So you always feel like you have cover. By the way, you have two midfielders in Berhalter and Adams to come back and support Mark McKenzie, who's in the middle. I like that. So you feel like you always have two around Nico Jackson, Sadio Mané, and Iliman Njai. Now, going forward, I want to see speed. I want us to use the width. I want to see us get numbers forward. But to your point, on the counter, if you are high, you're going to get torched. But the way that we saw Arsenal basically take away PSG is by controlling the game, control the tempo, try and keep possession in the attacking half. And if you don't, just sit back and be compact. So an element of what we saw from Arsenal yesterday against PSG, if you're playing against a team that has incredible attacking players, well, don't play to their strengths. Take away their strengths. And you saw PSG struggle a little bit. So I'd like to see us do that against a Senegal team that's very good in the counterattack and very good in transition, being direct.
Yep. Chuck wants to park the bus.
No.
Cello, how about you, though? On both sides of the ball, what are you looking for?
I don't want to see the park the bus, but my concern is when we do attack with Jedi, because Jedi goes, and we do attack with Dest, where are we vulnerable?
Well,
on
those
the
wide
wings,
areas.
on the wide areas. That's where I get concerned. So that's that fluid four, if you want to go with.
Yeah.
If Jedi attacks, then Dest, for me, has to stay a little bit so we don't have those empty pockets. But what I'd like to see, I like this team to be a bit more aggressive going forward. I want to see them isolate themselves one-on-one. Instead of playing the ball back to the midfielder back to the center back, other center back, back to the keeper. Go. Take a chance. I mean, this is what you need to do. This is when we're successful, when we're on the front foot, when we're attacking teams. Christian, don't go back. Isolate yourself. Go at a guy. Take a chance. The same thing with Reina. Go and take a chance. And when we defend, quickly drop back into the middle, force them wide, and then make sure we just slide over, leave the weak side open, not a big deal. But for me, on the offensive side, this young man, when we talk about Christian Pulisic, he needs to have that ability to go at players with confidence.
Yeah, it's a big game for him. We're seeing him on the screen right now. There was a question, and Chuck, I'll throw it to you, about Matt Freese. Do you think he's got better feet than Matt Turner, and do you think that should give him the nod over Turner in general?
I do not think he has better feet than Matt Turner. They're about the same, but I think Matt Turner's distribution is actually better than Matt Freese. He's improved tremendously. Watching him this year, he's pretty good if he has time and space again.
Right.
But you see him every week, day in and day out. Does he punch as many balls as he did against Belgium? Everything that came to him, he punched. It was like he was scared to grab the ball. That's what worries me when you talk about Freese. You don't have to listen. He made a mistake in Columbus.
Here we go.
But I'm not overly thrilled. I think Freese is just better management. He seems he has a little bit of a presence in the goal right now when he plays for the U.S.
All right, the game has kicked off. We're about 40 seconds in. And I like the energy right now from the U.S. playing on the front foot. We don't want to sit back and just absorb or give away any free space. We'll get a good look here at how we're trying to build out and where Berhalter and Adams are going to try to support our back line as we transition from back to front. And this is going to be an important part of the game too, right? It's that, and we want to use Arsenal and PSG. Arsenal were second ball merchants. They would just put it in the area. Hopefully Kai Havertz could knock it down. They could play from there. And I wonder if either team is going to use that tactic throughout. But the second ball stuff is very, very important. Who can control the midfield, who can win more of the second balls is going to be dictating a lot of the game.
So far, so good, I have to say. I know we're only a minute 30 in, but...
All right, Christian tried to go 1v1 and loses it. And Freeman.
Yes, good Freeman.
Good cut out there from Freeman. Got a play and move. What I do like about Freeman is he's got so much confidence going forward.
Yep.
Whereas if I had cut that ball out when I was playing for the U.S., I would have played it and then backed up
No, you
20
would've put
yards.
that
We're
into the
not as
stand.
fast as
I
Freeman.
wouldn't have put it in the stands.
You would have booted that thing
No,
into row
that's
30.
not true. I would have tried to make a pass, but then hit it in the stands. Ooh.
But we did this. We started like this. We're pressing. We're good energy for 30 minutes against Belgium. If we don't score in those 30 minutes, then all of a sudden it feels like this team just kind of drops a little bit. And
Well,
it
we
did
did
against
score.
Belgium.
We scored. We
We
scored on a
yeah.
set piece on a corner,
We
right?
scored, but
And
even
then we
30
dropped
minutes,
off.
yeah, we dropped off.
Yeah. That's the thing when I notice and reflect upon the Belgium and Portugal games back in March, it felt like they could hit a switch, those other two teams. And obviously their quality is undeniable. Come on, Christian. Come on! Oh! Good chance there for the U.S. I love that individual brilliance there from Christian Pulisic to get around the corner.
Well, it's
put
a
it
good
in a dangerous area.
combination.
Yeah.
Very
Anthony
good.
Robinson and Christian Pulisic working together on the left side.
Sending a message early to Senegal.
Come on.
We're going to make you work. Hey, Senegal's dropping deep, by the way.
4-3-3.
But
We're Senegal.
no real energy to go press the ball, even if we have it at half field.
Well, this is good for us, by the way, because it's what we're going to see
good
from
entry pass.
Paraguay and Australia.
That's very true. Good shout, Chuck.
Some good movement off the ball from Berhalter as well.
Yeah, you can see our player rotations. Right now, though, when they do sit in a low block, how can we find Gio Reyna in those pockets? Good spot. How does he play out of it? How do we get somebody facing forward so we can get a ball in a dangerous area? I like the early cross. It's a good idea. He just took somebody out.
You know what I like right now is I've seen Christian on the left-hand side. He went at players. He went over to the right side with Gio. They combined. I told you, for me, when you have a special player, you have to let him find the game. And I think when you allow Christian to go one side, the other side, float. Listen, Jedi can cover that side. That's not a problem. You can slide Pepe over if you have to. But if Christian can find the game, and look at this, they've already switched. Now, all of a sudden, Reyna moves one side, Gio moves the other side. But I like the fact that the interchanging and fluidity of just trying to find the game.
Yeah, I like that as well. Now we're going to see how we press. So this is going to be interesting to see. So Gio applies the first line of pressure. How does Senegal break it? What are we doing to trap it? Hey, you know what? I got plenty of time for ticky-tack fouls in the middle of the field. As long as you don't get yellow cards there, that helps slow down some
But that was
transition.
too easy.
Well, yeah,
That was too
little
easy.
teardrop
Right,
pass.
right into the forward.
Yeah.
You know, this is a top ref. I've seen him ref a number of the Scottish derbies between Celtic and Rangers, so he's got it going on. He knows exactly how to ref this game.
So Berhalter coming out of midfield to help press. Something to keep an eye on. Freeman, look how high Freeman gets. But I would as well. I mean, you're going to follow Sadio Mané into that space. That's what allows you to do that if you have a back five, and is that you could release one of your back line to go follow a talented player.
That's what you want to see with the back three. You want to see when they do drop into the midfield. Are they going to allow him? I mean, he's got to do two jobs. He's got to make sure he's close enough to where he can press if the ball's played in, but he's got to have enough depth to make sure he covers the back.
See
the back
right
space.
there, that's a clear indication that their goalkeeper is not good with his feet. And
That's a
decision
trigger.
making. So
Anytime it goes back to the goalkeeper, you got to take off and go.
Yep.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on as the game progresses. I'm kind of waiting to see when Senegal is going to try to tighten the screws on the pressure, because right now they're a little loose. We're not going anywhere per se and hurting them so much, but good switch there from Tyler Adams. We're going to need a lot of that. It's going to unbalance teams. Gio finding good pockets here. Isolated in the channel now. See if he can get out of it. Good, keeping possession.
This is good. Keep the ball in the attacking half. We saw against Portugal and Belgium at times where they just kept it in their own half. Oh, good.
What a ball.
Well done. Here we go.
Go on, Christian.
Here we go.
Go on. Get on.
Get on.
Oh! Sergiño Dest! Let's go! Come on! Woo! You love to see it. Get in! Come on! Hey, good rotations there. We're going to see this here.
Look at
Jedi
the run
finds
from
a pocket
Pepi.
of space. Good running there.
And then
Draws
this
two
run.
defenders. Good ball and run. Sergiño Dest, our wingback, getting inside of the box centrally. Nobody marking him. As easy as you'd like. Senegal, have a word with your defense. Way too easy, but great for us. Good entry pass. Christian does a nice job of picking up his head. Well-timed run from Dest. Good player rotation, and that's how you build momentum, baby. Let's go.
Yes.
Scoring early. That's what you said, Cello.
Hey, you got to score early and listen, too. That's what you want Christian to do. What a fantastic turn by Pepi, turning and playing him into that space. And this is what you want. You want Christian running at the goal, but I love that we talked about it. Sergiño Dest, where is he at? He's on that offensive third. He wants to score. And listen, now can we talk about, we don't have to talk about him being in a slump with an assist?
Well, we still got a lot of game left.
But
no,
that's a good
great.
start.
It's a great start.
You're
what I'm
7
going to
minutes
say
in.
this. I think this is a goal that really emphasizes how important it is for us to play with this fluid 4-back 3 with two wingbacks. If Sergiño Dest had been on the right side of a back 4, he never would have been that high up the field. Never. So that allows him that freedom to go find
But
pockets
you would
of space.
expect Weah to be in there then, if you're playing.
Right, it could be Weah or Dest, whatever it may be.
No, but I'm saying
in
if
general,
if you play with 4, maybe
Weah would have
2,
been there.
3, Weah could have been
All right,
there.
now,
But
you're raining on my parade,
We're getting
Cello.
nerdy.
I thought it sounded really smart, and you just took that away from me.
It's tactical nerdness we're talking here.
I love it. But, yeah, Dest has got that ability to get himself in good spots. His third ever international goal for the U.S., and that should be a nice boon for our confidence for the rest of the game. Yeah, I love it. Only one team on the field right now, and they're wearing red, white, and blue. Well, I think just red and white, to be honest.
Ooh.
I don't see any blue out there.
I'm a little surprised being a team that's World Cup bound that they're so lax
Kind of one of the dark horse
Yeah.
favorites, too. They're number 14 in the world rankings. Kind of curious as to when they're going to try to press us.
I think this is their press.
It's pretty half-hearted, but that worked out for them.
Well, Tim Ream just.
Well, he played it
gave
right to
them-
him.
Yeah.
He wanted to be friendly, inner-friendly.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Let's see how this game changes now. Obviously, there's going to be a reaction from Senegal. All right, we got a comment here. Wingbacks work. 3 at the back for sure this World Cup.
That couldn't have been more closer to the truth than I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, when we have wingbacks, we are so much more dynamic.
Well, it plays to our strengths, too, because Jedi and Sergiño are built to play that position. All right, I'll take a look here at Senegal's free kick. Good spot there by Freeman to clear it out. And now it's this kind of next phase of defending. How compact can we be and organized and together can we be in these moments? These are the fine details that determine who wins or loses big games. And Senegal hasn't really got into any kind of flow or rhythm yet. It's a credit to us.
Well done from Anthony Robinson.
Yeah, everybody looks sharp,
Yeah.
which is nice.
And organized.
And organized.
You can see all the cover. So right now, Senegal are trying to overload the right side. They're trying to find a mismatch, and we're not taking the bait and coming out as well to create that space. So Mark McKenzie was staying at home, which was
The only
good to see.
concern I had is we had both sixes over to the left-hand side of the field. There's a big gap in the middle of the field that if someone is planted there, they quick switch into the middle, it's one-on-one.
Right.
That's my only concern. That's why I love to see 1-6 come over and the other one stay in the middle of the park.
Good pressure here from Tyler. This is where Tyler Adams, for me, is at his very best. You can see him on the hunt. So if you have Sebastian Berhalter, who's sitting in that space to protect the back 3/4, and you allow Tyler to go hunt the ball, that's when I think he's at his very best. He does it for Bournemouth as well in the Premier League.
Did you guys? I'm curious. I'll ask you both. Were you not surprised that Tyler Adams is not the captain? That
Yeah,
it was
very
Tim-
surprised.
Okay. All right. Why?
Because Tim Ream, for me, still isn't the out-and-out starter. I don't know if you use him every game, and it felt weird to name a captain that wouldn't necessarily be playing every game. And Tyler Adams is our captain in 2022. Yep. But you don't always need a thin piece of cloth around your arm to be a leader, so he's going to be a leader no matter what. But ultimately,
it's a symbol of Charlie?
Sorry?
What do you think? Why? Were you surprised, and why?
Yeah, for me, well, you go back to 2022 in that World Cup. Yeah. Tyler Adams was forced with a number of obstacles. Yeah. One, the press. Being able to handle the press the way he did with a young squad, phenomenal. 2, he led by example. 3, the whole entire team respects him the most. He gets, oh boy. Oh, well done. Well done, Turner.
Well done, Matt Turner.
Well done.
Woo! I want to see that again. That made me nervous. Good transmission moment here for the U.S. to break out of that. Good play by Matt Turner, of course. That's a +1 for him.
Yep. Come off his line.
He's moved up his ranking, his player rating at the end. We're always looking for a lot of guys. We say it like this for everybody listening and here with us here at the Quin House. If you have the majority of your team playing 7 or 8 out of 10 every time you step on the field, you're probably going to win that game. Yeah. And so that helped Matt Turner. He's getting closer to that 7 or 8 out of 10. Good save, good alertness.
Good switching of the field. Jimmy, talk to me about Gio Reyna, what you've seen from him so far.
Yeah, good.
Does he look like he hasn't played?
No, he looks sharp. He does look sharp. He's always got his head on a swivel, looking to pick up the ball. You can see that he's a bit stationary. I'm sure by the end of the game, his heat map will be pretty heavy by the top of the box on the right side. But that's where you're being told to set up. And here's a good look at the play. Matt Turner does just enough. I'd like to see another angle of it, but that was probably close.
That's a simple fix because Freeman's not used to playing in a 3-back system, consistent with this group. If Freeman covers the inside and leaves the outside, that ball doesn't happen. That's something that he'll learn little by little.
Yeah. Because if that just had a little less on it, right? Here we're going to get a good look at.
Oh, what a save.
Gets just a touch on it.
Yep.
Now we got Sadio Mané and Tyler Adams getting a little chippy. I got plenty of time for that. I like when
And by the way, Sadio Mané knew the keeper's coming out. Yeah. All he had to do was just make sure that Matt Turner did not touch it.
Yeah.
So that's how it shows how close those margins are and what a timely save that is for Matt Turner.
If he just lifts it a little bit, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes into this game, Chuck, what do we're pretty happy. Not only about the goal, but just in general how we're playing.
Considering the feeling that I had coming into the game.
Relief?
I am thrilled. I am thrilled.
I love that. How about you, Cello?
I mean, listen, so far so good. I like the fact that we match their energy.
Oh.
That's been what I like about this team.
Or maybe outmatch their energy.
Well, but listen, every time you play, you know you're going to have to match somebody's energy. So they're above that energy. Taken care of. Here's a nice job by Christian coming around. But, yeah, I like the energy that they brought out. They're coming out. And, listen, the other team's going to create chances. But one chance in 15 minutes. They've done a nice job of moving the ball around, keeping possession, trying to find the wings. And when we found Pepi, I love the fact that Pepi came outside to make that play happen so Christian can go inside. So far, I would say so far so good.
And by the way, Ricardo Pepi, that's where he's developed the most for me playing in Holland, his hold-up play and knowing when to drift and to connect to players who are running off of him.
Yeah, I really like his comfortability, I would say, in the channels. Yep. Sometimes you ask your strikers to just stay central, and more often than not, that works out for you and it makes the most sense. But in these moments, based on the rotations that we're seeing in this game, I like that Pepi went out there and made a play that ultimately led to a goal. All right, Senegal asking some questions now. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, wow. Hey, Nico Jackson doing Nico Jackson things. I don't know if you've ever seen him play, but that's pretty par for the course. Throwing some shade on Nico Jackson. That was a tough one. He came in hot, in fairness to him.
Yeah, I didn't like that play. I can tell you that.
No. Look how unmarked he is. So he pulls away from Freeman. McKenzie's looking at the ball. We can't give away that type of space in those moments.
But where did it all start? From possession given away. Tim Ream giving a ball away in the midfield, trying to put a ball through 4 guys. They gets picked, and now they're down our throat.
Now, there are moments in games, we've played long enough, where the momentum starts to shift. And when you start giving balls away in bad areas, and all of a sudden they get a little belief that they can go on and okay, getting their way back into the game. We got Patrick Agyemang, played for Charlotte FC. He's watching this one.
Connecticut native.
Tore his Achilles, so he's not available for the World Cup, which is a shame because I think he would have made the roster. Chuck, these are the moments, though, right? These little plays start to shift the momentum, and now it seems like Senegal is getting more of a grip of the game.
Yeah, well, this is more realistic. So now, if we do score early against Australia or Paraguay, this is exactly what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and flip the game and start trying to gain possession and play forward. So how do we deal with that?
See Tyler Adams on the hunt
That's
again.
what I've been saying. They're starting to figure out if they can drag out one of the sixes.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, that ball being played in between is open. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was saying it's important for somebody to stay down the middle of the field. Like now it's perfect. Look at Sebastian's coming out. You can see him filtering out to the left-hand side, but Tyler Adams stayed planted in front of the two. Now when Tyler goes and presses the ball, now Sebastian has to go back and stay in front of the back three.
Yeah, they're kind of flattening out in some ways. But
Did you
look like you touched it.
You were like, did we just concede a corner there?
Yeah, it looked like he misread that a little bit.
They conceded a corner. No.
No. I think they're coming back to set up a goal kick. We'll see what this looks like, though. For all you nerds out there, this will be a good opportunity to see how we're building out from these situations. Though, if Senegal's not pressing us, then I don't even know what's happening right now. There we go. We're hitting it long. I don't know why you just don't play short. Tim Ream's got plenty of time. Those are other little moments. Why throw it back into chaos when you know you can keep possession?
Well, just to play devil's advocate, if you know Anthony Robinson's 100% going to win a head over and jive, then why wouldn't you just continue to do that and play off of that?
Yeah,
right?
fair.
I'd rather the ball higher up the field and you take that type of risk than being close to your own goal and trying to build out of the back, especially with a 1-0 lead.
I think this is where I'm starting to like when they play out of the back. Sergiño Dest comes inside. Freeman overlaps. Freeman goes down the wing, down the right-hand side. Sergiño just dropped back. So I think that's going to be a good partnership, only because in a game you can't be the guy attacking for 90 minutes. You got to have a little bit of a relief from somebody else to give you a break. And Freeman on that side has done fantastic, going forward 2 or 3 times already.
All right, good pressure here from the U.S. to kind of counter-press and hold Senegal back in. Love the effort there from Christian Pulisic. I don't think he fouls too many people every once in a while, so that's fine. Set the tone.
That's when defenders are waiting for a little contact.
We would never do
flop.
that. We would never do that.
That's a flop.
Wink, wink. All right. So we got a question here from one lovely participant here at the Quin house. The question is, Cello, come to you first on this. Are you excited about any younger talent on this U.S. team? And how do you think we're going to line up for the first game against Paraguay? How much time do we have to answer these questions? That's a big one.
I think the young talent on this group is good. I think the young talent for me that's coming up is what's exciting me a little bit, especially when you're talking about Gozo, a guy who can, Julian Hall, guys that are just an opportunity that you see them. They're playing week in and week out, and they're scoring goals. When you look at this team, I mean, what real young guy out there that we see? I think the only one for me is, that's what I'm going to say. Freeman is really the only one. I think for me now is to see how he does. Because, listen, there's going to be, and I'll ask you guys later on, there's always 3 guys that can make a name for themselves.
What a ball by Freeman. Puts Pepi in to Christian. There it is.
He's off the snag.
Let's go. We love to see it. He was in a slump. He's not in a slump anymore. A goal and assist in the first 25 minutes of this game. Inject it straight into my veins.
Let's go. And again, Ricardo Pepi has a knack for finding Christian Pulisic in this game. Drifts into the wide channel. Look at Ricardo Pepi's run here.
Look how it sets up, though.
Yeah, but he sets the defender up, and then look at this nice weighted pass. He puts it in a place that forces the goalkeeper to come out, but in a place that Christian Pulisic can beat the keeper to it. Look at that nice step 2, creates his own space, then he waits for it, and then it's a nice little ball.
Yep.
Good touch from Christian, and even easier finish.
I'm starting to like the movement between Sergiño Dest and Freeman, the way he came inside. And listen, he hits this ball with the outside of his foot lace. Perfect timing for Ricardo Pepi.
So the last time these two started next to each other, Freeman and Dest, was our 5-1 win against Uruguay. And I think that rotation of how they're creating space is just really hard for other teams to defend. Also, I didn't have Senegal as our slump buster, to be honest. I did not see that coming. This is a fantastic performance so far from the U.S. 20 minutes in. And nice to see Christian just not have to answer those types of questions anymore about why he hasn't scored for the U.S. since 2024. Yeah, this is going really well. So maybe we start this lineup against Paraguay. I think that might be the short answer to that question. All right, what's this next 20 minutes look like? Now you're managing the game, right? That's a whole another art and skill.
No, there's no managing. You got to keep going.
Well, you can, but that's part of managing the game.
Yeah, it's too early. Keep going. See if you can get that third in.
All right, so yeah, yes, Freeman.
He's got that pace too,
and just the quality to solve a problem and not just kick it out or still trying to play.
But he came all the way across from the right side to help and cover down the left-hand side is fantastic.
Yeah, and his running actually, he's like running from a right center back position in that channel so Sergiño Dest could play him, which ultimately unlocks the run from Pepi to Christian Pulisic. That's just going to be really hard to defend.
Are we doing the 4 quarters before the World Cup or only for the World Cup?
I don't know if they're doing a water break.
Are they doing the 4 quarters?
They got to do. That's where
that's part of it.
That's where they make the money.
That's for the World Cup. But the friendlies, I don't know.
FIFA needs more money? What are you talking about?
Of course.
Is that why ticket prices are so high? That's crazy. That's a conversation for another time. All right, another question here from the crowd, the Quin House. This one for you, Chuck. Why is Pochettino struggling to get better results from this team, given his experience and success coaching teams at the highest level, though this has been a great start for today?
Yeah, I mean, he had a great run up until the last window, right? So there was 5 matches in a row where we all thought, okay, the momentum's there, the chemistry's there, the understanding is there. So now we're getting that water break, by the way.
There you go.
So for me, I said, oh, okay. He's got a good grasp of this group. But then the last window in March, playing Belgium and Portugal, where we all of a sudden we're playing the best teams, and he scraps everything and goes back to what wasn't working. So that was the big concern. It seems like he needed those 2 results to go back to what was working, and now he's getting the most out of this group.
All right, that's a good answer. We're here at our water break right now. We're watching the celebration for Christian Pulisic. That felt cathartic. Like he really just needed to get that off of his chest, off of his back, however you want to explain it. And I wonder here, because these hydration breaks are going to be pretty important through the World Cup, right? In terms of the tactics. They're looking at video right now. I mean, that's crazy. You have 2 or 3 minutes that are looking at video about how we want to move and how they can have success. They thought they were going to be hydration breaks. Ultimately, they're just mini halftimes.
Yeah. Wait, before we get into this, I want to know, Marcelo, you guys you guys had locker rooms and trailers, okay? You traveled on buses. You didn't even have flights. To see the coach at this stage in the game, we're not even through the first half, to have this type of technology, what do you think about that? Could you even imagine that?
I don't think we'd be able to understand Bor at this point. He'd be so excited we're up to nothing we wouldn't understand. But look at technology, and this is how much the game's grown. These guys are all huddled around. They get 2 or 3 minutes. The coach gets to tactically change a few things that he's already seen because of the video with the videographers and all of that stuff. It's ridiculous what these guys have nowadays in their hands just to be able to help their teams out. And I love it because it's a tactical break for the coach. I think it's great, but I think it takes away from soccer because the game was meant to play 45 minutes, not 20-minute breaks, so we turned it into more of an American sport of 4 quarters.
Man, I wish we had orange slices out there. Really
that would be perfect.
Put this together. There was a great comment a little bit earlier, especially right after we had just scored against Senegal for the 2nd goal, that said maybe the U.S. should play an Africa Cup of Nations.
Come on.
Because we took down Morocco 3-0 ahead of the 2022 World Cup. And it was a friendly.
Yeah.
And Morocco got to the semifinal.
Exactly.
So I guess Senegal's getting to the semifinal. But pretty clever comment, all things considered. But yeah, great start here for the U.S. I do want to give a shout out. You haven't seen them yet, I don't think, but my shoes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, American Outlaws and Adidas put together a little collection here. They sent me my own shoe.
Very nice.
All the fans are going to get 2. Chuck, you get a pair?
I got a pair, yeah.
Yeah, they're comfy.
Don't rub. I'm going to go now. You're rubbing it in.
You didn't get what Cello doesn't have? Listen, we're going to solve that right now.
I got old school. I got my runnies on.
No, okay. Listen, American Outlaws, I know you're watching. We got to make sure that Cello, what's your size, Cello?
10.5.
10.5, perfect. We're gonna
Tony
get
is in the same boat as Cello.
Tony's the same boat.
Yeah.
I don't even have a jersey, my friend. I didn't get a jersey from U.S. Soccer.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
We're going to allow you to vent.
All right,
how
no,
is
I'm
that
not
even
going to
possible?
vent. I'm not going to vent. You know what it is?
Our 1994
94 group. We got together a few weeks ago,
and you don't even have a new jersey.
There hasn't been one guy that I've talked to.
Wow.
That has said they've gotten a jersey from the
U.S. Soccer. Have a word with yourself.
And
take care of our alumni.
Listen, you missed an opportunity to connect the 94 group with the 2026 World Cup. The 2 World Cups that are played at home. They missed that boat years ago. It's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
But I like seeing the wardrobe that he has, though.
Yeah,
Charlie has. It's fantastic.
You know what?
Chuck knows everybody.
We accept you. We give you the group love.
And we love that you're wearing the denim today, because that's an all-timer.
I had to wear the old one.
Yeah. All right, so what do you think they were watching on that?
I think
it was an attacking side or defensive side?
I think it's the breakdown where they got beat for the one player, Mane ran in behind. I think they were looking at that and how to close that down.
Yeah,
because besides that, I think they've been good.
Yeah, I'm going to say the chances that they've given up.
I just saw Christian Pulisic try to tackle somebody. What's even happening today? Goal and assist and trying to lay down a tackle?
But now Christian grabs his knee.
No way. Did he?
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see. He seems to be hobbling a little bit. Oh, man. What a move. Yeah, Christian's knee is hit. That's why he shouldn't tackle. Why is he trying to tackle anybody?
Tell him, Charlie. Tell him why forwards don't tackle. Explain to these people why we don't want forwards tackling.
I
love tackling.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
That you guys were allowed to tackle back in the old days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See?
It looks like Brendan was getting...
he's already looking at his sub.
Brendan Aronson, I think, was getting more ready. Interesting.
If you're snapping already your fingers and waving to a guy, that means they're going to pull Christian off here soon.
Yeah, he's hobbling there. Okay, free kick here for Senegal outside our box. Ooh, we read that one like a book. Go on, let's counter. Sergiño Dest, give us the sauce. We want more of the sauce. Go on, Christian. What a switch. Kid is on fire right now. Here we go. Freeman, get it out to Berhalter. We'll whip it in or just shoot. It's fine.
Far post.
It's fine. You can just shoot. If you're feeling that good about things, just shoot. Just swing.
By the way, Christian looked normal, by the way.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a ball. Ooh. Man, we would have been dunking on Senegal after 30 minutes if we scored another. But we're in a good spot right now. Even though the cliche is 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in the sport.
That's a good counter, though, from us.
Very good. Off of their set piece. Very reminiscent of U.S.-Brazil in the final of the Confederations Cup.
Yes.
Chuck, you were a part of that. My favorite half of soccer, the first half of that game from the U.S. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Good heads-up play. Shoot! Oh. Oof. All right, so the question is, who would be the first sub for you guys? I feel like we're going to see a couple at halftime, to be honest. If Christian's feeling okay, then...
I'm going with Gio.
You think Gio?
Only because he hasn't played a lot, and
right.
you do not want something to happen at this point of the game. And we've kind of fizzled out a little bit. But I would look at Gio possibly out, only because if you're looking at him playing more minutes, you don't want to give him 90 today, and maybe something happens.
And then who comes on for him? Weston? Tim Weah? Brendan Aronson? Zendejas? Tillman? We got a lot of options.
And for me, it's Balogun and Pepi.
Yeah.
Pepi's done great.
Oh, my. Yeah. Jeez.
That was a missile.
I could see him splitting a lot of players today, 45 minutes each.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Good opportunity here for Senegal, playing in between the lines, finding a pocket of space, good change of speed. Good defending ultimately from Tyler to close the ball down, but yeah, that was close. All right, if Pepi scores, how does that change the pecking order for forwards, resident number 9, Charlie Davies?
I still think Balogun is the best striker that we have, but if you're telling me Ricardo Pepi is now coming in confident and going to do what is needed for this team to be successful, that's great. That's another option.
Get him out wide. Go on. Christian again, isolated 1v1. Had a lot of success. Got the ball across again. Go on. Good late run here from Berhalter. Oh, he throws a little teardrop to the back post for Ricardo Pepi. Oh, my. Imagine if both of our wingbacks would have scored. Yeah,
right,
I would have been happy. I would have used the choice expletive, but there's a lot of nice people here, so I'm gonna.
That's a fantastic. By Berhalter getting down that wing, just clipping it back.
Right here, Bill, Pepi.
And I love Pepi. He doesn't go to goal. He lays it back where Anthony Robinson is all by himself. Unfortunately, it's deflected, but that's. We're better when we can get balls on the sides, on the wings, and we can attack players.
That's quality.
Yeah.
All right, we got another question here from the lovely people at the Quin House. This question is, how far does the U.S. men's national team need to go for it to be considered a success? Now, for me, I thought about this. I want to say the over-under is round of 16. So if we don't get to the round of 16, failure. We get past the round of 16, success.
Yep. And if we lose in the round of 16?
And play well, then I'll be satisfied.
So you're okay quarterfinals?
I would love quarterfinals. That's a success.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be thrilled
I'm
with
going to
quarterfinals.
say this, being a guy who's played from 90, where we traveled on buses and we slept on the plane floors and one guy on their chair, guys that were staying in 2-star hotels.
Sounds awesome.
Nothing to me after all the years that you guys have put in, that we've put in, and every generation has put up to this point, where these kids are playing in such high teams. Anything less than a quarterfinal to me is a failure in this World Cup because of the ability that we have on that field with a new coach that has experience all over the world. This round of 16 is what? Same thing that we've done before. Have we not once? So why are we looking to settle, especially when the World Cup's in our home? So for me, anything under a quarterfinals, I'm not happy with.
Yeah, all right. I respect that.
I'm quarterfinals.
You might have convinced me.
I put your heart into it. Put your heart in.
Well, quarterfinal was where I was, and then I saw the games we played in March, and I was like,
even if you see the games, it doesn't
know.
matter. Your heart, you got to realize we've come so far where nobody cared of what we did in the 90s of soccer. After 94, it got put on the map. Then the next generation, which was you guys did your job of putting this place on the map, getting going to the World Cup, qualifying, which is not easy in CONCACAF. So now we're at a point where we got guys playing in Milan and all over the world. Why are we settling for anything under a quarterfinal with this group?
Great recovery defending. Yeah, I love that. It's a good explanation. I'm swayed. You got me. I think quarterfinals where we got to get a quarterfinal or nothing.
And to build off of that, in 2009 when we did beat Spain, and Spain went on to win the World Cup the next year, we beat them 2-0. We were beating Brazil 2-0 at half. Ultimately, Brazil came back to beat us in the FIFA Confederations Cup final. But in that locker room, I can tell you right now, the feeling was we can compete for a World Cup trophy.
Right.
Not just to be a part of it, not to make a deep run. On our day, we could get to a World Cup final. That's the level of confidence we had after that. So
that's in 2009.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, now that we have more talented youth coming through the ranks, more exposure, why would we settle for anything less than a quarterfinal or World Cup?
That's fair.
Look at the money we have on that field. Look at the money we have on that field. Where they're playing, they're scoring important goals, they're in Champions Leagues, they're winning things, they're in great places. So, again, I think it's time we put pressure on this group, especially for the golden generation.
All right. Look like a head injury here for Sebastian Berhalter. There was a question there, and Cello, I'll come to you on this. How close do you think this is going to be our starting 11 against Paraguay? And in some ways, as we see Berhalter get run over.
It's not a foul.
Forearm to that neck area.
Yeah, well, this game's gotten soft with Charlie. Come on, Charlie. That's not a foul.
No, we would like to throw those in.
Now, what was the question? I'm sorry?
How close do you think this 11 is to what we'll see against Paraguay?
I think it's about 85%, I would think. I would think you'll probably see Weston McKennie will be in there. I say, again, Balogun. Balogun's going to be in there, and then
I think the back five. I don't know if Chris Richards is going to be ready.
If Chris Richards is healthy, that's fine. Yeah,
I think he'll be in for McKenzie.
Yeah, but I think if it's not McKenzie, they're
Turner,
I mean, they
Freeze?
look good.
I think they're still TBD, right?
I'm going to say Turner only because I think when you go into the first World Cup game, he's already got the experience, and with this team, you've got to have the experience on the field. And maybe Freeze makes a mistake because of the nerves. I'm a firm believer of putting your goalkeeper who's got the most experience. So I'm okay with Turner starting the World Cup. I don't know about Charlie. Charlie
loves Giorena making some tackles, by the way.
I love Turner being in the starter because I've seen him play this season.
Yeah.
He's been incredible.
Yeah.
He's had one or two mistakes, but same thing if you watched Alisson play, or if you watched Ederson play, they're prone to making mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
Good transition there from Senegal. Some deep running. We ended up solving it. Yeah, but good question. Keep those coming. Got another comment here. I need to see Zendejas in the second half.
Okay.
What's the chances we get to see him play? I actually think pretty high because I don't think that Gio's going to go the whole game. Maybe only give Gio a half.
Yeah.
But if we're actually trying to get Gio into a position, hold on, Senegal opportunity here. Another bad giveaway from us, which has been a couple on this one. Good save at the near post from Matt Turner.
Berhalter there.
Yeah. And
Well,
I think
Tim Ream's giving a couple away. Berhalter's
Yeah.
giving a couple away.
But that's where we're going to look at this here. I think Sebastian's getting his opportunity now, but when it comes down to the real game, the money game, you're going to see Weston McKennie in there.
Yeah.
You can't have mistakes like that against a Paraguay, against a Turkey, maybe the Aussies, but I saw the Aussies the other day, and I got to be honest with you fellas, I watched the game last night against Mexico. That's a good team.
Yeah, it's a good
team.
team.
They're a good organized defensively,
Yeah.
and they're 5-4-1.
Good header there from Jedi. Love to see that. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to, do you give Gio just 45 or do you let him go 60 so he can kind of build a little bit of fitness going into it, especially if you weren't going to use him in the Germany game?
Ah, great save.
Yeah, stick save and a beauty there from Matt Turner.
He's got the
Watching
long legs.
the NHL playoffs here.
Go-go gadget legs. Wow.
Senegal asking a couple questions here in the last couple minutes. But yeah, good reaction save.
Yeah. Got to know. Goalkeeper's got to know his distance. His foot was perfect on that post.
Yep.
Perfectly there. Yeah, I think we could see a lot of subs at halftime just to take care of players.
Yeah.
You don't want too big of a workload.
First corner kick of the game for Senegal. And you're going to get the obligatory, hey guys, please don't touch each other in the box. Then they're going to go back to grappling again. Yep, there you go. Look at the grapple over by Matt Turner. Ooh. Jedi knew what he was doing. Little duck out, little turtle head. I got it. Just kidding.
This has been a terrific first half.
It has.
It has.
And really, I think what's interesting from a defensive standpoint, the most dangerous chances that Senegal have gotten haven't been really in the run of play, only when we've given up the ball in bad areas.
Yep.
And for me, that becomes very correctable in some ways. All right, good hold-up play.
Christian winning headers from goal
Yeah,
kicks.
we're seeing a lot of intangibles from players that maybe didn't demonstrate that as consistently as we would like over the last few games. But Christian's trying to lay out tackles. Good pressure on the ball from everybody.
He doesn't
Good.
talk much, but leads by example, right?
Good rotate, good running here from outside in, or inside out, excuse me. Go on.
Oh, he had it.
He had it. Didn't hit that one clean. Christian finds himself in a good spot, but I love the build-up play there. Good understanding with him and Jedi. The best time to win the ball back is right after you lose it. Gio putting himself a little teardrop at the back post. I like the idea.
I'm not going to lie. I would rather see him when he comes into his
Like
right,
shoot?
far post.
Yeah.
Hit that far.
He's got it. He's got it in his...
You've got so many bodies in there that maybe deflects, it goes in, but that's too delicate of a ball. But this is better. Man, Christian is just going at players down the left-hand side. He's cutting in. He's shooting.
Yeah, I got it underneath him.
That's a confident Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
That's when he's at his best. When he's
ready.
running, he's beating that player on that 1v1.
Here we go. And Jai got the ball. Nico Jackson. Oh, man.
Nope.
Nico Jackson shoots and crosses the same way.
That's the Schross.
That is the Schross.
That's the Schross.
Nico Jackson did have a chance earlier
Yeah.
in the game, but that was off of one of our bad giveaways, I believe.
One of many.
Yeah. But I like the build-up play, the timing of the movement. Jedi looking for that pass in behind the back line, and the running of Christian there. Again, I agree with you, Chuck. Very confident. Let's see how we do our little build-out here. Senegal deciding to finally put a little high pressure on us. And
What did you say if a keeper
he
kicks it out of bounds? It shows what? There's a weakness?
Yeah.
Thanks for calling him out, Jello.
Yeah,
That's
you know what?
amazing.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the goalkeeper kicking that.
Whatever.
Put it this way, I would rather him do
For
that
sure.
and kick it out of bounds, trying to go upfield, than trying to
force it
play a
between
ball
the
through the
lines.
middle and he's forcing it.
Thread the needle.
Yes.
All right, here. Yeah, cool. 5 minutes ago, maybe a little longer now because of those water breaks. Just going to add that time on a little later.
You all right with Reyna so far?
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the little things that I'm seeing too.
Okay.
How connected he's staying with the rest of the group. His desire to press. He got mad at Ricardo Pepi one time when Ricardo Pepi wasn't in a good position to get in a good spot to press because they got split too easy.
I
love all that.
You know that's going to be the biggest question leading into this World Cup. If he starts, that's the question.
Yeah.
What has he done? What is he doing?
I want him to start. I expect him to start.
Okay. All right.
Special case, special talent, put him in the team. I don't want to see him on the bench.
Over a Tillman,
Yes.
over a Weston McKennie in that spot.
That's right.
Okay. So you want to see Weston with Tyler Adams double
I'm
sixes.
telling you right now, he's done a complete 180
Okay.
from what he's said for the past year. So
I'm in.
I like
If the coach is in and believes in him, then I want to see him.
All right.
That's where I am.
because he's been great.
Yeah.
On the pitch.
Yes.
Takes up the right spots.
So the big thing for me is when he needs to make the final pass and when he just needs to keep the ball moving.
Yeah.
Right? Because usually when he's in a position to keep the ball moving, he makes the right pass to the next person. Does
The
that make sense?
decision making.
Right.
It's always typically the right decision from that space.
And I'll be honest, his dad was the same. Claudio was very good at, like, if you give him a ball in a tough spot and he has three options, he'll find the best option of those three. And I think Gio's got that quality as well. All right, we got a special guest joining us here for Quin House. Mo, what's up, man? How are you? How's it going? You good? Good. What question do you have for us?
My question was, beyond like the big name players like Pulisic, who's a less expected sort of like wild card you think could make a big difference this tournament?
Great question
great
from Mo,
question.
by the way. High five for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Love that question.
Go ahead, Chuck. Then if
Did
you love it, then
did
answer
you,
it.
Did you ask Mo who he thought?
Well, yeah, Mo. Yeah, come back, Mo.
You gotta
Who do
answer
you
your own
think?
question,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's the answer to your question?
I honestly don't know like too much, but you were mentioning earlier, I think Balogun could make like a big difference. He's sort of expected, but I think he's a really quality player who could do really well.
Mo, dropping knowledge
I like
on us.
that. I
Appreciate
like
that.
that, Mo.
Good shout. Chuck, you like the question? What's the answer?
I do. Malik Tillman for me could be that player.
He's got to get on the field. He's got
Yeah,
Gio Reyna in front of him right now.
100%. But if we're talking about somebody who, at this stage, maybe is not expected to start, to come in and make a difference, because what Malik Tillman has, you could look across the midfield, none of them quite have his ability to shoot from long range. He has an incredible shot. He has an ability to kind of be so smooth on the ball and dribble through people, glide on the pitch.
So let me ask you this: if you think he's the guy, when was the last time he played with a national team that you were like happy the way he played?
It would be the Gold Cup.
Exactly. And who do we play?
Oh, what a ball. Oh, baby. Hey, that's a really good goal by Senegal.
Yeah.
And another moment where we gave up the ball in a bad area. Where, honestly, if you want to get into the details, when Tim Ream plays the ball square to Jedi, well, this is where we lost it. But it kind of stitched Jedi up because he had a defender coming at him. And that leads to some really good running to not allow a couple players to get back into it, and Sadio Mané finds himself in a good spot. When you have Tyler Adams that has to track that run, that means something in our back line, the spacing of our back line is not there. And in some ways, I'm glad this happened now and not in the World Cup, because now we can address it, but I'm not happy.
What I'd also add is when we lost the ball and you had that space between the lines, what did we do? We panicked and we dropped. And Tim Ream, he can't step because he knows he doesn't have the pace.
But did Tim Ream drop straight back, or did Tim Ream drop into the middle to force him wide? Tim went right back and left that gap between the center back. It's little details as a center back in a three. You must pinch, in the three system, you must pinch the middle and force the ball out your left shoulder.
Yeah.
He did not. He let it go to his right shoulder inside. And that's where, unfortunately, I said, Adams got beat by pace. Not by positioning, by pace.
Yes.
But if Tim Ream drops to his right shoulder another 2 feet, that closes that passing lane tremendously, and that ball doesn't go through.
But the thing is, if Tim Ream is the one that's scrambling and he's looking at the ball, then that communication has to come from someone next to him.
But it doesn't have to. Tim Ream is 38 years old. He's played enough games. He played in Fulham. Listen, you know when you play three in the back, where's the most dangerous? You know this.
I understand.
The gap between the center back and the left center back. So close that space and force him wide where there was nobody at.
Right, but a little communication could go a long way.
But you know in these games, you can't hear each
other.
other.
No, I understand. But, well, here's another moment where Tim's kind of doing the same thing. He's now going to be forcing it wide. This would be, thankfully he had a Nico Jackson-esque cross. Poor Nico Jackson coming right at him.
With that much time and space, you still mishit a ball that bad.
Yeah. This changes the complexity of halftime.
Yeah, it does.
In terms of how you approach. We talk about managing the game.
How many goals did they give up against Belgium?
This is another. We haven't got another clean sheet.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Now in the last 10 minutes of the first half, we give up another opportunity. Jackson had an opportunity. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? We're giving up opportunities towards the end of the half.
Yeah.
Which we don't need to go press there.
Here's a good comment. Senegal are targeting Ream's side just like every other team will once we face them.
100%. If I had pacey attacking players, you're going to attack Tim Ream. 100%.
Go on. Good idea. Okay, Christian looks like in full confidence, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, we want that to continue, of course. Got a minute left before halftime. We'll see if there's any changes from either team. Obviously, Senegal's working on their own set of ideas and philosophies and methodologies as they approach the World Cup as well. They'll play France in their opening game. One of the outside favorites to have a good run.
Yeah.
Potentially the best finish for an African team for sure.
To Mo's question, I think Freeman's going to make a huge name for himself in this World Cup for the U.S. team.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's already at Villarreal. For everybody that doesn't know, Alex Freeman, 20-year-old on the right side. He was at Orlando City in MLS, made the move to Spain with Villarreal, and they just qualified for the Champions League, and he started to get trusted at the end of the year. So very exciting times. Yeah, that looked offside, by the way.
Oh,
I think Senegal would have been upset about that. A fun fact about Alex Freeman, his dad is Antonio Freeman, who won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. So that's a little fun fact for everybody. He elected not to play American football and decided to play the beautiful game instead, and we're grateful that he did because he's a hell of a player.
Oh,
he is on.
He is.
Yeah. Hey, good call by the ref.
Yeah.
all right, that's half.
All right, that is halftime. We're going to take a quick break here on this very special Call What You Want Watch Along. When we come back, more of the good stuff here at the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts. Come back and join us. All right, welcome back into the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts. It's 2-1 in favor of the red, white, and blue over Senegal. And I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Marcelo Balboa and Charlie Davies, and we are getting after it here at the Quin House once again. Very excited for everybody joining us on the Glosso Network, Glosso America YouTube channel. Let's rate the first half, Chuck. 1 out of 10. What are you giving it?
Before that last goal with Sadio Mané, right? I was on
strong 8.
8.5.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now I come down to a 7. A 7.5.
Yeah, we didn't manage that.
Yeah.
That one moment that we needed to manage. That could kill us. That bites you in a World Cup.
There were more positives than negatives.
Yeah.
Right? That's the big thing for me. 2, I was really impressed with the way that we were combining in the attacking half. Yep. The movement off the ball.
The rotations were great.
So for me, those are strong positives. Yeah. Now the negatives, we gave up the first chance to Nicholas Jackson, who should have finished.
Yeah.
Quality striker finishes there. And then the goal that we gave up where Sadio Mané, again, on his day, he's a world-class player. Oh, yeah. So you're talking about one of the quickest players in world football, and he's lethal. So you give him that half chance, and he's going to make you pay. So essentially, a 7 feels right to me.
Okay, so on that goal, and I want to watch it back, but I remember thinking before it led to the goal, when Jedi lost the ball and they had transitioned, we had 7 players to their 3.
Yeah. And yet ran backwards, though. We ran towards
right.
Goal.
And 2 players ended up getting cut out by the initial run, and then the pass obviously eliminates everybody else. Yeah. When you have that many players, and I love the commitment. There's clearly a positive reaction. We gave up the ball. We lost it. Okay, everybody get back. But then at some point, you have to start to recognize the situation that's about to happen, and somebody's got to solve it, and it just took too long. And if Tyler Adams has to run from his 6th position to run back behind the back line to try to solve it, then I wonder where Freeman was at that particular point. Where's Mark McKenzie at that particular point? They should be sliding over and helping out. So I've got a lot of questions about that particular play in particular. However, we're still up 2-1. I still feel pretty good about the half. You said a 7, Chuck. I'm kind of where you are. I was at about 8, 8.5, but now probably closer to 7 because there were a lot of good things in that half, Cello.
Yeah, I would say I was somewhere between 6.5 and 7. But my concern is Senegal picked up the ball on their side of the field and ran it 45 yards with no pressure besides Jedi chasing them from behind for a mistake. Right. So my thing is always when you're playing in a 3-back system, it's always pinch the middle, force the ball wide. So I think when we panicked, we stopped thinking. We just ran back.
Right.
Ran back into our zones. And when you run back into your zones, now all of a sudden there's gaps in between those zones. And if someone can play a ball through those gaps, we're in trouble.
Right.
So I think it's little tiny details, like always. Pinch the middle, force the ball wide, not give up silly balls. Did Ream really need to play Jedi in that position?
Well, he played a square pass, but
I'm saying, did he need to play that ball?
No, he didn't necessarily need to play it. Right.
At that point of the game, turn around, play back to your keeper, organize again. So I think it's little tiny decisions that are hurting the U.S. because when they did do those little tiny miss ball here, miss ball there, on the defensive side, it cost them. But on the offensive side, I think they've been very good.
Yeah.
I love the connection between Sergiño, Dest, and Alex Freeman. Love that connection. Jedi on the outside with Pulisic. I like that. Ricardo Pepi.
Yeah, Pepi and Pulisic as well combined.
It's been great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of positives, I would say, overall.
Yeah, a lot of positives.
And Christian Pulisic in particular needed this half, Chuck. He needed to just...
Needed it.
Yeah. Not only leaving the goal out of, just being a main catalyst for us. Because we saw bits and pieces of it against Belgium and Portugal, but maybe we weren't set up enough to have the type of success that we're having now against Senegal. But he needed this. Let's strip everything away. It's really good for us as a country because if we're going to go anywhere, he's going to have to be doing something on the attacking side of the ball in the World Cup.
Just being confident. And again, he spoke about it. Sure, I didn't have the best season at Milan, especially the back half. But this is a new opportunity that everyone's coming in with this mindset of we can achieve something great. And this is a game that proves that.
Yeah.
Gio Reyna.
Yeah.
He scored a goal at the end of the season. It gives you a little juice, but his playing time wasn't there. Comes in and has a strong first half. That proves that, hey, I can come in and do something special this summer. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. And Gio maybe having a top of the season minutes.
Well, listen, we all know when you play in a World Cup, what's it for? It's an opportunity for other teams to see you, maybe to be sold somewhere else. Is he thinking in the back of his head, AC Milan wants me, Pochettino's going to go, does Pochettino want me? So this is, let's be honest, this is a great opportunity for Christian to show what he can do. And same with Ricardo Pepi, same with all of these guys. But the one guy who, for me, has to get plugged in, if we're going to do something special, Christian needs to be plugged in 100% to this team. And right now, 22 touches, 1 assist, 1 goal in 45 minutes. That's pretty good.
All right, so we have a comment here. Good half, but it's obvious where our weaknesses are. Using that as kind of a springboard, let's talk about subs. I almost don't want to get into halftime subs because that feels like it was predetermined. It's almost like, let's pretend that it's going to get to the 60th minute. Okay, everybody's going to play to the 60th minute. What changes are you looking at? Because that's what's going to look like in a real game. Well, though, we talked to Benny Feilhaber in the last one, in the first 3 group stage games in England, or whenever I don't know if he played against England per se, or against the World Cup in 2010. He came off the bench at halftime for a number of those games. So that kind of turned my head to the possibility of kind of changing the flow. Anyway, different conversation. 60th minute, who are you bringing in, Jeff?
Weston McKennie, without a doubt.
Okay, and which position?
Berhalter. I'm putting Weston there. Reyna, just for the simple fact that
you 60 minutes,
match
good,
fitness,
no problem.
you want to get him in. So
I would want to see Zendejas personally.
Zendejas.
I would, yeah, and then you could put Weah out where Dest is.
All right.
I think in a game like this,
you want to see Weah there instead?
Somebody who's a little bit more athletic who can get after it.
Okay.
I'm going to protect, I think, our best midfielder, and that's Tyler Adams. And I'm going to put Roldan in or somebody else in. I'll let Christian play, or Sebastian play as long as he wants. I think you're fine with that.
Okay.
But I think you need to protect. There's certain players on this team that you can't overwork them. You don't want to take that chance. And for me, Tyler Adams is one of those players. So even if I put Weston in for him, I'm fine with that. I'd leave Sebastian on for. I'd put on Roldan because you're going to want to see Roldan. But I think the biggest one I want to see is, I had him on my list. We talked about it on your show. I want to see Zendejas. I want to see what he can do. I want to see what he can do at this level.
It's kind of the same argument I've been making for Gio. If you put him on the team, then let's see him, right?
But Gio, what do you rate Gio?
Yeah, I thought he was solid. I'd give him a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he helped the team in different areas.
7.
7.
All right.
It's solid.
Yeah. Good. That's all. Then that's what you want.
That's what you want. You want a 7 or 8 out of 10 for every game.
Yeah.
And,
I would switch
I'd
switch some of the center backs.
Yeah, I would take out Ream and put in Trusty.
Yeah, Miles, you want to put in.
Yeah, you want to give him some minutes
you
and see what he looks like.
Too.
Yeah, that's fair. But ultimately, I'm curious as to what Mauricio Pochettino is going to do. Let us know in the comments here on the Golazo America YouTube channel. What subs would you like to see? What minute? Who are you excited to kind of fit into this team? And you think they can solve some problems?
Would you want to put Balogun in right away?
Yeah, I would honestly. Well,
I'd put him in the last 20, like you do with Ricardo. Give him as much time as you can.
And then Flo will start the Germany game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or give Ricardo the whole game, and then you already know what's to start against Germany.
Yeah, that's true. That's possible as well. All right, so we got a special gift. And this is an old friend of mine, old teammate, Kevin Friedland, who is working with this company that did bag clips, but they're all the guys. And so, Chuck, you got one as well.
Yes.
And so, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it's all our players and their little mini options. So I want you to open one of them.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and then
randomly?
we'll either give them away here. Yeah, just take one and open it. We either give one away here to the lovely crowd at the Quin house, or even anybody participating in our YouTube channel.
So basically, you can attach it to a bag,
You
to a
attach
backpack.
Yeah, I've seen some of the kids wear them as a necklace as well. Yeah, at the end of a. All right, who do we got? So here's our first one. You can get these at Walgreens and Dick's Sporting Goods, and potentially in the future,
He doesn't
Walmart
know.
and Target.
I don't know. Does it look?
It's right here. It's Chris Richards.
What does it look like? Chris Richards.
It's Chris Richards right here. That's one. So Chris Richards, somebody's going to get a lucky Chris Richards here today at the Quin house. But I might actually keep that one because he's a center back union.
Center back. All right, I'm going to get that.
Thank you. I'm going to take that one. And we'll open some more later. But I want to give a shout out to Kevin. He's doing a lot of special things in the space, and these are really, really cool. And so shout out to Kev. All right, we're going to take our break here in halftime. When we come back, more of the good stuff on this very special Call It What You Want Watch Along at the Quin house in Boston, Massachusetts.
On camera.
All right, welcome back into a very special Call It What You Want watch along for the U.S.-Senegal game. The U.S. is up 2-1 here at the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts. I love the call and response there. I raised my voice and they matched me. Lovely fans here at the Quin House. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Cello and Check Chase and Chuck, and that's a new nickname for everybody else that doesn't know. I go by Conradinho, of course. So, Chuck, let's talk then about what you want to see in the second half, because if there is wholesale changes, it does interrupt the flow, and I feel like we've created some nice momentum throughout this game so far.
Yeah, but pick up where you started in that first
No matter
half.
who's on the field.
No matter who's on the field, the mentality does not change. The expectations do not change. So if you're coming into the game and you have that nervousness to you, you don't know where you are, maybe you do, either way, you want to make sure that you're going to start with that same influence that group did in the first half. And we're seeing Chris Brady.
Making his national team debut. He's our third goalkeeper on the roster. That is a big deal. Congratulations to him. But what a game to be thrown into.
So let's go back to it. And how would you assess Matt Turner in that first half?
Yeah, 7.
7?
8?
Is he your starter?
7.5, 8.
With that performance?
I've had him as a starter to begin with, only because I told you before, I like the experience of a goalkeeper in a World Cup, because the goalkeeper's going to have to come up with at least 2 to 3 big-time saves, especially in a World Cup.
Every game.
And I think that you need that consistency in the guy that's been there and done it. So, yeah, I think he was at least 7.5.
Bert Mandelbaum, shout out to Team Doc.
Hey, do you think because Chris Brady is now coming in at halftime, that was just Matt Turner's 45 minutes ahead of the World Cup, and Matt Freese is going to be the guy against Germany? Can you read into it that way?
I still lean into it. Whoever started this game is going to be the starter.
Okay.
All right.
So, for me, I think Matt Turner is your number one.
Moved into number 1
And by
territory.
the way, the goal that he conceded, it's why
That's
I was...
not him, no.
No. That wasn't
It's
him.
a world-class finish from Sadio
He made some
Mané.
other good saves.
Yeah.
Some good reaction saves.
Roldan's going in, Trusty's going in. It looks like almost a whole new team.
Yeah.
Arfston, we saw on the so.
So I guess the question is, this is a good conversation for everybody watching on the Golasso Network, Golasso America YouTube channel. We appreciate you, everybody here at the Quin House. What do we gain from splitting the squad in this way? We see Balogun coming into the team. We see Weston McKennie coming into it. I know this is from the beginning, but there's still an argument to be made about how important it is to build rapport in high-pressure situations against good opponents. Senegal's a great opponent. And now we're taking away maybe a little bit of that because we're throwing basically 2 different teams in each half. Cello.
Wow, I'm going to look at it as he's trying to give everybody minutes. He's trying to not have a high workload, but
did he switch the whole team?
He switched almost the whole team.
No, Berhalter's still on, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so almost everybody.
Balogun was on. Arfston's
on.
We
in
saw
from Jedi.
Weston
McKinney's in.
McKennie.
Miles Robinson's in.
Yeah.
Balogun.
Anthony Robinson's in still, isn't he? Did we see Anthony?
We're going to have to wait and see here once the kickoff
No,
goes.
Anthony's off for Arfston.
Okay.
Chris
So,
Brady
yeah,
coming
you know
on.
what? Here's my concern. Should we be worried about a result right now?
Well, no, not at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
for me,
with
it's
this
less
many
about the
subs,
result.
yeah.
I mean, you want to see them make plays that will ultimately manage the game. So if we need another goal, then let's go get another goal.
I'm a fan. I want to see us win. We
Right.
need a win before the World Cup.
that's
we need
true.
consistency. Now he's changed probably 8 players.
And
So
now it feels like it gives you an excuse.
Exactly. Now he gives you a little bit of that. It's going to take us time to get rhythm because these guys haven't played together. So you're debuting a goalkeeper right before the World Cup. Instead of giving maybe Freeze
that's
an
a bold
opportunity.
choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not sure how to think now as a fan. I'm sitting there going, okay, we want to see everybody.
It feels like he's still tinkering. That's what it feels
That
like.
or
When
he's
we have these games to build kind of on the starting
Yeah.
group, you don't have to play them the whole game, but you give them like 60 good minutes. And like, these are my guys. This is who I'm rolling with. And I know that maybe there's 1 or 2 you're still thinking about.
Yeah.
But overall, the core is still getting valuable minutes together. All right, the second half has started. Chris Brady gets his first touch as a U.S. men's national team player. Congratulations to him. Top young goalkeeper for us, and he's obviously thrilled. Plays for the Chicago Fire, and we just threw him. Oh, look at he's dropping teardrops out there. You'd love to see it. Is that Scally?
Yeah.
I got Joe Scally in at the right center back position, in for Freeman. You got Weah in the wing back spot, in for Dest. Berhalter's still in next to Roldan. Weston McKennie is up high, in for Gio Reyna. Miles Robinson has assumed the Mark McKenzie position in the middle of the field, and Austin Trusty is now in for Tim Ream. Arfston is in for Jedi Robinson. There's like 8 or 9 changes?
Yeah.
All right, corner kick here for Senegal.
Now, Chris Brady, why he's probably been selected is because Greg Berhalter builds out of the back, and the keeper is most necessary in possession and build out. So playing with your feet is natural for Chris Brady.
All right. Yeah, he showed that already. Nice little teardrop out wide. Now he's got his first set piece 1 minute into the second half. We'll see how he manages the space. It looks like Malik Tillman is in as well. That might be 10 changes for the U.S. So that was definitely predetermined. Everybody getting some valuable minutes. Berhalter the only one that's staying on. I wonder what kind of combinations of players he wants to see.
Oh, good from Marfson there.
You got Weah out in the wingback position. Now he's creating some width. Good ball out wide from Balogun. Weah's isolated 1v1 out here. You love to see it. That's exactly what we'd go. Run at him. Don't play backwards. I want to see you run at him. That's why we pay the big money to watch you guys play. All right, so Miles Robinson running the middle there. So obviously he put these lineups together. There's purpose behind these. There's intention. I like the Weah.
Oh, rolled on right off the bat.
Weah McKinney combination. I think that one is really interesting. We could probably see that start at some point in the World Cup. Got Scally trying to defend Sadio Mané, and Roldan does a nice job to track back to fix his own mistake. Out for another corner, though. I just think it's going to take us a little while to find a flow, Cello. And that's the decision you make as a coach when you change out 10 players at halftime.
Why?
I tried to answer why, and
I'm trying to.
I know.
I'm processing this. You're one game away from the World Cup, and you switched your whole lineup. Why not give them 60, 70 minutes and then start making the changes, or make 3 or 4 at halftime?
And the reason simply is rhythm.
Right.
You need rhythm, and it's not rhythm just because you're on the field. It's international rhythm. There's a difference playing at this level versus your club. And I love that Weston's rocking
the captain's armband
here.
Yeah, good for him. Now he's got to help lead our team right here. Oh,
well
good
done,
step there by Tillman. Yeah, it looks like Senegal hasn't made too many changes. A lot of the same players we saw in the first half, if any. So it looks like they might be electing to do something that we were hoping to see. And in some ways, you come out of that first half, you give up a goal, you got a little bit vulnerable.
Yep.
I would like to see that group get
great
back
ball
out there
from Tillman. Let me see it.
Forget I said anything.
Yes!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wow, what a finish.
What a finish by a striker that's in form, baby. Let's get after it. Get in. Yes.
Malik Tillman, he comes in, makes a difference,
baby.
and Balogun, play that man. Balogun, what a finish.
Yeah, good pressure here.
This is the second time Tillman. Look at those ball, though. He would have been offside there.
Offside.
They wanted to use VAR. He's offside, but
offside. Hey, you know what?
The vision here.
Yeah.
Let's just focus on the positives.
Look at the ball. Great first touch.
Yep.
Hey, puts himself in a good spot.
Yeah.
Little deflection, but hey, you got to create your own luck. That's how this is going to go. The fine margins at the highest levels. So anything you can do to create your own luck. We'll take any deflections.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
We'll take it all day.
And now we see how we play from there. But again, we're still looking at different combinations of players, and so obviously trusting some of your players to manage situations. So if you come in and hey, I saw you do this against Senegal. I need to see more of that. And that's kind of what it's about, especially with this particular group since the roster's been named. But yeah, good play by Tillman here. He did it earlier too, like 30 seconds earlier. Good feet, good vision. Definitely offside.
He would have been offside. And I guess they're not using VAR in this friendly.
But they have water breaks, which is nice. Did I say that out loud?
No.
Thought that was inner monologue.
But hey, for confidence, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What I liked is the press. Tillman did a nice job of pressing. Instead of the defender kicking it upfield to try to cut it, he was there. The vision he had, everything you want. But listen, I think we know in this group there's 2 or 3 starters. If you took that first half, you look at the second half, you're looking at Weston, Balogun, you're looking at, you're looking at guys that can change that game a little bit for you.
And Tillman's still one of those guys for me.
Yeah. I agree, because you can drop Weston with Adams. And then that gives you a spot, either Reina, Tillman.
So we got a comment here that says, do we have a 9 and 10 competition? Pulisic and Pepi versus Tillman and Balogun. I mean, that's always kind of been there. These are the areas. The goal actually was disallowed.
Okay.
Disallowed goal, so VAR
They saw us.
did kick in. So it's 2-1 to the U.S. That goal did not stand. Yeah, we got to hear a big groan here from the
Look
Quin
at
house.
Tillman's work rate defensively. He's been great so far.
But these are the details, right? How do you elevate? If you are in a competition and it's that close, what are the little things that you're doing, Cello? I'm sure there were players that you played with that maybe weren't as talented as their competition, but did all those little things that help the team.
It's the little things. It's the willing to make the run for somebody else, willing to just play simple in your position, willing to connect with other players, being able to lead your group and lead that line that you're in. But everything's about attitude at this level.
Oh, baby.
Nope.
Oh.
Train wreck. That's what I call that. That was a train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a tough goal to give up.
Wow.
We had room. We had some luxury of giving a goal up like that when I thought we had scored the third. They took that one back, and it's a bad giveaway here. I actually thought Austin Trusty did a really nice job of defending here in a 1v1 situation.
Yes.
Plays it back. And
Miles
then
Robinson.
He's just too casual here. Doesn't look around.
God.
Gives the ball up. Chris Brady, first ever game for the U.S. Not in a good position, and Miles can't do enough to get it in. Good heads-up play by Senegal, but not a good look for our players in particular.
Why is he going backwards in that instance?
He's not even looking around.
No,
But this is the problem we were talking about, playing out of the back. If that's through his left foot, hit it upfield. Why give yourself any issue of trying to stop that control? It rolls back to you. Just whack it upfield, and you're done. Eliminate the issues. Eliminate the little simple errors that you can make by trying to control it and do that. Just put it upfield.
Well, now we got ourselves a game. That's what I think everybody wanted. A little competitive games, 2-2. Now we're going to see.
Yeah. What's this group made of?
What's this group made of?
Goalkeeper?
That's what we want to see.
Any comments?
Yeah, that's a shocking.
He could have
play.
stayed on his line.
But even when he made that decision,
He's like a full commitment when he
Yeah.
could have maybe hesitated. He's young, but he's not that young. He should be able to manage that situation better.
He's young at the international level.
All right, so we have a special guest here at the Quin house. Oh, wait, hold on. Lauren, 1 second. We're going to see if my dreams are going to be shattered here. They're not. So welcome into the show, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
All right, question.
So I'm interested in the fashion of the game. So I was wondering if you could talk about the kits and what you think of this year's designs.
Beautiful.
Great question.
Yes.
You like them?
It's mixed.
Be honest.
You know, we've got some mixed feedback. I've been looking at your back the whole time, and I really like this one in particular. I think it's like a wavy Waldo, right? This year's.
It's because it matches your outfit. That's why you like mine.
Oh yeah.
So he's got the wavy
He's got
Waldo
the new
on.
one on.
Okay.
So if Chuck takes off his jacket, you're going to see what they're wearing, the guys on the field. I'm wearing the away kit, which is the navy blues, which I think is nice and clean, all things considered.
Do we need to vote?
This is
Which
the
one you guys like?
1994 denim kit. What are we saying? Yeah. It's hard to get away from a classic, to be honest. Yeah, the
New
wavy.
one?
What are we saying about the wavy one?
The wavy Waldo.
Yeah, the wavy Waldo. Yeah. What do we got? The away kit, stars. Yeah, I see you back there. Absolutely love it. Yeah, this one's really clean. Sometimes when it comes to the fashion of it, it's one thing. I think the stars one that I'm wearing is better with like jeans.
Yeah.
But the wavy one, I don't know if I'm rocking that with jeans. But it looks better on the guys when they're out there on the field. So it kind of depends on what lens you're looking through when you're thinking fashion. But if it's streetwear, I'm rocking this one all day, every day.
And I think that's where a lot of kids nowadays are going towards streetwear. They want people rocking them in their everyday lives. And they have to be comfortable. They have to be breathable. And the last World Cup kits were, I think, very underwhelming.
Yeah.
And so the pressure was on Nike as the kit sponsor to step it up this year. And this has always been kind of the benchmark, the 94 kit. Little heavy probably to wear in terms of modern
the older
days.
ones. This is replica, and I can tell like Jimmy here. These are. I have one without the name and everything on it. So comfortable and so okay to wear with jeans and shoes when you go out. It's just very relaxed. It's not like it doesn't look like a jersey.
Right. Marcel is a very denim on denim type guy.
I'm a denim dude.
Are you secretly Canadian or?
Yeah. No. I'm secretly American Argentine, but that's close.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much for the question.
you.
Make sure you get yourself a bag clip because I want to make sure you get somebody good. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. All right.
That was
a good question. We haven't really talked about the fashion
But that's
side
a
of
good point because a lot of kids now wear their jerseys, and it's got to be something you can wear very casual.
100%.
You know what I mean? And that shirt to me is like I see people wear that out more than because that looks like a jersey. That's a jersey. That looks just casual.
Somebody told me this, and now I won't forget. I can't remember who said it, but maybe it was Big Tones. This is a kit you wear during game day.
Yeah.
The wavy one.
Yep.
And mine is the one you rock.
Yeah.
When you're just out and about.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Kit culture though is massive
Yeah,
now.
Huge.
When I was growing up, no one wore kits.
How many jerseys do you think you got, Chuck?
Too many. It's
you
a
give
problem.
a number? How about you? Shall you keep jerseys? Or
I
you kind of like whatever?
have over 100 that I played with. Yeah.
100.
So,
you kept all your own jerseys, or you switched?
No, not mine. I kept switched them. What I did, to be honest with you, at every World Cup, I kept 3 jerseys. One for me, and I knew my kids eventually were going to be old enough that I was going to gift them their shirt of Dad's shirt, like the 2 World Cups. So they have every shirt from every World Cup I've played in.
That's amazing.
So we even be at the Youth World Cup, I had kept one of those for them. And then when I played with the Rapids or Olympiacos or even with Leon, I kept them a jersey too.
Yeah, I want a Rapids Balboa jersey.
Yeah,
that would be
I'll
sick.
get you one.
I'll switch you out with some one of mine.
All right, if we can swap.
Yeah, swap.
We can swap.
Let's swap.
And I was saying, when you're talking about kits that we've played with, just whether we played in them or we swapped, like, you have your collection, and I don't know, I probably have over 100. But since we worked at CBS and we're working on morning footy, every club is sending their kit.
Yeah. Nice.
So I probably have 300 kits, easy.
Yeah, right.
Of just teams that I never played for.
Should we give the MLS teams now? We'll be working all month at CBS, so feel free to send some jerseys our way.
Absolutely.
Let's take some national teams on. The French away kit is really nice. Troy Deeney was rocking that the other day, and that is next level. All right, good entry pass here from Senegal. We are we're on our back foot, I would say.
Yeah, we went from an 8
winning
in the first half
yeah.
until the end to now we're on the 6 end.
Maybe
of
lower.
things. Yeah, 5.5.
We haven't really established a flow.
No.
The only time we got an opportunity was it was offside. We scored, but it was because Tillman made some good individual pressuring. I haven't seen that cohesiveness that I thought we saw right off the bat from the first.
I'm going to be curious after the game. I want to hear his explanation.
Yes.
To be honest with you, that's the one thing in the back of my mind right now.
You think how long?
Why
do you think
so many?
How long do you think it's going to take for him to get defensive?
Oh, it's going to be the first question. It will be the first question.
He gets so defensive so fast.
Yeah. Well, they may ask about Christian. What do you think about Christian breaking a slump or something like that? But when they ask him that question, I could see him getting wound up.
Yeah, he's going to get fired. Love that tackle from Weston. More of that, please.
But you could see that was a bad ball from him to go back. And he had like a little hop reaction to it, like disappointment, and maybe in his mind he thinks maybe I'm not a starter in Pochettino, or he's testing me. These are the kind of things that go through your mind when you're not in the team sheet to start in this friendly, and you're thinking, whoa, hold on a second, am I missing something? Did I not perform all year?
Yep.
All right, we got Hassan Diao coming in. Good player. All right, the good comment here. U.S. looks completely lost. I think in some ways that's to be expected.
Yeah.
You're putting 10 guys on at halftime, no matter how talented they are, it's going to take a second. Whereas Senegal kind of rolled out the same team. I think they made 1 sub at halftime. Yeah. And so they're already kind of into the rhythm of the game and how they want to move. Sadio Mané coming off.
We may not see them get into a rhythm, to be honest with you.
Right. And that's kind of what it looked like at the end of the Portugal-Belgium games, too, where we made so many changes, you just can't get a grip of the game. And that's isolated to us, but it felt like Belgium and Portugal managed that better than we did.
Well, I'm going to go this. On the positive side so far, there's still 30 more minutes left. On the positive side, I think we're happy with the first half. If you make a sub or 2 out of that first group, I think we're all like, okay, I could see what's going to happen in the World Cup.
Right. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Right,
2v1. Give it to us. Finish it. Yes!
Oh!
Yes! Get in!
Oh, no,
Come
foul.
on! Let's go!
Foul. He said foul.
Foul?
Foul.
No!
Yep. He called a foul. Yep, he called a foul on Tillman, I think.
And the ref needs to take off his Senegal jersey. I'm just saying that, okay? I'm just going to say it all out. Take off your Senegal jersey, Mr. Referee. Come on.
He refs in Scotland. What do you mean a foul?
Let's see.
Where is this a foul?
Right.
No.
That's where he's going to call the foul.
That's not a...
Look, he's already gone. Look. He waits. He didn't call the foul.
He didn't call it right away.
He didn't call a foul.
Suspect. I think that's what the kids say today. Sus. I think sus is actually like a year ago, but I'm going to still roll with it.
I didn't see him whistle, though, for a foul until after.
Shenanigans.
Let the play finish.
Unacceptable. The coach is having a good laugh because they both know as former players that was not a foul.
That's never a foul. That is never a foul.
I'm a defender. That was a foul.
That's true.
Come on.
If we were defending,
if we're defending, come on now.
I would never get knocked off the ball like that.
Especially when he didn't blow it right away. He just waited.
Yeah. All right, still managing the game here. 2-2. 30 minutes left. Tale of two halves, as it were, as it stands right now.
I think we have the winner in us.
Yeah,
I
we've
really
created
do.
some good looks.
Yeah.
At some point, there's going to be some type of combination play from Tillman and Balogun in particular that's going to lead to something special.
Well, you know, when you're looking at the attacking players here in Balogun and Weah, that's what you're hoping for, that 2v1, right? They have the speed, they have the quickness, and it was good movement from Balogun to open up and play on the back shoulder.
Yeah. I like Tim Weah out wide. When he can run at people, has some options. Oh, baby, here we go. Yes! Get in! Where's the referee?
Let's go!
There you go.
Where's
he
the
got
ref?
his goal.
Now we got the goal.
He got his goal.
He got his goal.
Still waiting for the referee to say it's not going to count. But
That's the goal.
We'll
That's the
celebrate
goal.
it anyway.
That's the goal.
Come on. Chuck, I thought you were right. They scored. There was another goal in them. But it's good feet here from Balogun.
Yes.
Finish.
Fantastic
Good finish.
finish.
That's a good finish.
Pinpoint accuracy. He doesn't even need to look up. This is when you know you have a great striker. Movement in the box. He doesn't have to take a look at the goal. He knows exactly where it is. Look.
Gets his feet set.
No first touch and just curls it easily. He doesn't have to smash it. We see a lot of players, they get overexcited. Oh my God, this is my big chance. And they crush it. And there's no accuracy. There, calm, cool, collected, and slides it into the far post. Fantastic finish.
9th international goal for Folarin Balogun. And he looks sharp. I'm going to be honest, Jello.
He looks good. Two different types of player, though, right? When you're talking about Pepi can play with his back towards goal now. I mean, when you're talking about Balogun, you're talking about trying to get him in behind in spaces. So,
and good build-up and wide play from Tim Weah. That's going to be, for me, one of the competitions. If Mauricio Pochettino is only seeing Tim Weah as a wingback, the Dest versus Weah and who you start could be really interesting.
Yes!
Do it again. Give it to us.
Oh!
Ooh!
But again,
Good movement.
those are the problems that Balogun causes because the opponent is thinking, oh my God, he's always
Looking to get him
off
behind.
my back shoulder.
Yeah, that's right. The timing of that movement, too.
He's onside.
Did Weston play that first time? Excellent pass. Good weight. He can hit it first time.
You see the defender gave a little
nudge.
slight nudge, get him off balance.
We call that the dark arts.
Yeah.
Dark arts of defending.
You were a professional in the dark arts.
I played for 12 years.
Cello, you were too. I know you were.
we didn't have to push. We could tackle you from behind.
Yeah, you just played
The old
dart.
days. Yeah, we just
There
played
was
dart.
no arts. It was just dart.
Yeah, so a win would be very, very important to our confidence. I think if
Yeah.
we had been up 2-0 and then this leads to a 2-2 draw, it takes a little bit of the air out of it. But so to have that kind of feeling of, all right, we won a game against a good opponent will go a long way for the group.
Yeah, you just want that encouragement. You know?
And especially against the Paraguay, those kind of balls, those kind of movements are going to be good for the U.S. because of the fact that, listen, Ricardo plays in front. As a defender, that's what I want. But you got guys making runs in behind the two center backs. That's a dangerous player.
I think what's been encouraging about this game with both groups, first half and second half, is that it feels like, and I'll emphasize feels like, you guys can disagree with me if you want or anybody watching, it feels like we can attack at will, right? That we can generate chances. Because there were moments when Portugal and Belgium, I thought, hit a switch and started to tighten the screws a little bit. We just couldn't breathe, and we weren't, it was more hopeful than knowing it. In this particular moment against Senegal, okay, we're ready to go, let's go. And we get numbers and good guys in good spots, and we feel more dangerous.
Different level of teams that you play against. You know, I mean, I wish we could feel that way against the Belgiums and the Portugals. I think with this group, you've seen a little bit more control. They're also, and let's be honest, they're not terrific on the ball. Senegal, they've made quite a few mistakes at the back, but I think the important thing about a game is taking advantage of those.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, good little dance in there from Arsene. He's got good feet.
And he's right-footed, so it shows you how silky he can be with his left foot.
I just like the composure under some heavy pressure from Njai.
Arsen's looked good so far as well. He's had some good touches.
A goal changes moods. We score that goal, and all of a sudden we're talking favorably about the team, but it's still been a little...
Yeah, but we're still, because we're talking about some of these players that have come in and made a difference. Now, Miles Robinson, that's going to be tough to overcome, that type of play. You know,
he's moving down the pecking order.
You know, rolled on too. He's had some nervy moments, and it's body shape.
All right, we got another guest here at the Quin House. What's your name, sir?
Enrique.
Enrique. Nice to meet you. What question do you have for us?
So, in my opinion, FIFA has been very slow in implementing rule changes that enhance the game. What rule changes would you want to see, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a great question from Enrique. Oh, well, let's this. We've been doing this with everybody. What would you want to see? Is there anything that jumps out of mind for you?
Well, instant replay, a little bit like what football has done, maybe a coach's challenge. I know there's a video assistant rule that they implemented recently, but
Yeah, there's good suggestions. Thank you for the question, Enrique. Let's get this man a bag clip. He's got to get a U.S. men's national team bag clip. Enjoy those. Thank you so much. What rule changes?
We got a water break too, but so we can get to this rule change.
Yeah.
For me, VAR is still a problem because it hasn't been figured out yet. Now, initially, what I thought VAR was going to be brought into the game for was just the clear and obvious errors, which we don't need anything that would be subjective. We're talking about a red card to the wrong player.
Yeah.
We're talking about a goal that was crossed the line, and I know we have goal line technology, but still sometimes that feels like, hey, was there a clear player that was maybe out of the picture that all of a sudden came in and the ref didn't see it? Whatever it is, but now we're getting re-refereeing through VAR, and that to me is a big issue.
Okay. There's one that they've already tried to implement, the USL Championship, which is, so I'm coaching with the Oakland Roots, shout out to the Roots. If you don't get off the field when you get subbed, like if you're not running off the field, then the player that's supposed to come on has to wait for a minute,
you got
2 minutes.
seconds to
you
go
got
off.
10 seconds to come off. And I like that because then it gets the game going. Now, it's hurt us, the Roots, because our players just aren't ready for it yet. And all of a sudden, we're like somebody standing on the sideline waiting to get in, and we're down a man. So I don't like that. But I do think that there are some pieces in place that are allowing the game to be fluid and efficient ultimately.
I like that rule. In MLS, you got 10 seconds to get off. Now you got to sit 2 minutes or a minute. I like that.
They're trying
too.
to do it for throw-ins as well.
Yeah,
They're trying to move throw-ins
I like that too. My biggest thing is.
But if you're a long throw specialist,
mine's a simple one, bro. Get rid of this 20-minute hydration break when it's not needed. I don't like our game's 45 minutes. It's a game that plays for long. You're given a 20. Now you make it into 4 quarters, like you're making it into football. You make it into basketball.
Do you feel like
you're making American. I don't like it.
I understand where you're coming from, but do you feel like it loses some sporting merit if some teams get to use the hydration break in some games and other teams
don't? No, listen.
don't?
There's a set already point of what FIFA wants. If it's after this at this degree here, then there's a hydration break. That's a great rule to have. I love it. But now, no matter what, it could be 50 degrees out, 60 degrees out, and you're still going to have to take a 20-minute, at the 20th minute, 22nd minute, a hydration break. It stops the rhythm of our game. It stops the flow of our game. It stops the advantage of a team's controlling the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't like the fact that we're breaking and we're chopping up the game of soccer. It's a beautiful game, 45 minutes, but we're breaking up something that we should not be doing.
What do we think about Roldan's finish there? He made a good cut, and then he shot it into the stands, but, it's
not ideal.
No. In the right spot is where you want.
The cutback was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The cutback was phenomenal.
All right, we got a question here. Guys, wondering about your boot usage. Like, how long would you use your boots? Like, for me,
that's a question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
When I had played in the World Cup in 2006, I had the equipment manager make me tweeners.
Yep.
Shout out to Ryan Maxfield.
Yeah.
And he would cut out the plastic, and I'd have 6 studs mixed in with the plastic ones as well. And they were amazing.
We were using those copas before you were born, brother.
Most likely.
Yeah, we were chopping our own and doing the same thing.
Yeah,
hybrids.
Yeah. The hybrids are key. And I wore those throughout the World Cup, so I didn't change anything.
But I wore copas.
But
which is amazing.
The leather
but
copas.
let's say you got a brand new pair of shoes at preseason, okay? Normally, I remember when I signed, my mind was blown. Nike would send me 8 boxes, right?
Yeah.
Four firm ground, four soft.
Yeah.
Once you broke in a pair, which usually took, a month, 3 weeks to a month to really break it in, how often would you switch those out? I wanted to play in the same pair for as long as I possibly could until they broke down.
I had 6 pairs of shoes. 3 for practice, 3 for games. The 3 in the games.
I wear brand new ones for games?
No, they're
broken in.
They're broken in. So once I broke them in practice, I would make these 3 for special for my games only. So those shoes would only be used for games, and I would go back and forth. I'd have a regular stud. I'd have the 6 stud. I'd have the ground, and I'd have the hybrid. And then for practice, I had 3 pairs, so I could rotate through them so it would last longer.
Yeah, I think the general answer is probably, I think maybe 2 months I could last. Yeah. Maybe 6 weeks to 2 months where I could get through a pair that I could trust. But yeah, ultimately I think I was changing out like 2 pairs at once.
Yep.
I think I'd go 3 months.
3 months
per pair. Yeah.
Dang.
I didn't want to get out of them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. When you find a pair that
what did you
fits,
use? Were you Copas guy?
Vapors.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I was a Predator guy.
Okay.
I was with Adidas for 12 years.
It shows our generation.
Yeah. I wore Copas in my rookie year.
Yep.
That was before I got a shoe deal, and then I was a Predator guy once I signed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nike since I was born. That's how I like to say.
Another corner here for Senegal.
Well, we went through the switch when Adidas had the national team, and then Nike came over. We had to switch over to Nike. So
was that? And that was for '98 World Cup.
Yeah,
did it happen like
right
96?
after '94? Right after '94.
All right, question here from someone on our Golasso America YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys. Keep those comments coming in, especially as we get into our post-game show. Going to lean on your questions a lot. All right, do you think we'll actually see a 3-4-2-1 or a fluid 4, whatever you want to say it, against Germany? I say yes.
We're rolling out this formation.
Yeah, we have to now.
There's no changing now.
Yeah.
If I see a 4-2-3-1, I'm walking out the door. No. I'm walking out.
Yeah, the back four, we just don't look as fluid. When we play with a back 3 with wing backs, we just look so much better. And again, scoring 3 goals against a good Senegal team is enough evidence after we struggled to consistently be threatening against Belgium and Portugal. Senegal has pinned us back a little bit more here in the second half than in the first. Not a surprise. When you make 10 changes, that's asking a lot. But and we gifted them a goal, which didn't help. And now we're potentially gifting them another one. All right, another question here from the lovely people at the Quin house. How do we get out of the group stage? Cello. Got to win that first game. That's what I'll start with. How do we get out of the group stage?
Listen, it's as simple. You can't lose the first game. First game is a must point to 3, and then from there, you've got to beat Australia, and you don't want to leave it to the Turkey game. So once you beat Australia, let's say you take 4 points, now you're sitting in a different. That's how you get out of the group. But you've got to get a win. For me, if you can win Paraguay and win the first 2 games, you're out.
Yeah,
you win in time, but the first game's always the most difficult. So I don't see Paraguay opening up. I think the U.S. will attack them and press them. But even in worst case scenario, you get a tie, you've got to beat Australia.
We can't get hit in the counter.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, 8 teams come out as third place.
Oh, what a ball from Tillman. What a ball from Tillman.
Come on.
Come on, Weston. Put it in. One more. Hit it. Just peppering. Answered a lot of questions. Hey, what a pass from Malik Tillman to unlock that initially.
He has a knack for those.
Oh, look at this pass.
Right here. No look.
Oh, baby. Good ball. Obviously getting into one of our best scorers in position. Here's the corner.
Oh. All right.
Wow. Little action there. But that pass, I really like. We talked about different types of relationships that are happening and building, and I wonder if Pochettino wanted to see, give me Balogun, Tillman, and McKennie. Let me see what that looks like. And they have delivered, by the way. Delivered.
Tillman in this game has shown his passing range.
Sure. No. Here you go.
Zendejas coming in.
All right, who's he coming in for?
I assume he comes in for Berhalter. You got to roll out the minutes, and then maybe you
move McKennie back.
Yeah, move McKennie back, and see what that looks like.
Balogun's got to put that in the corner.
He gets a second look. If he hits his first time, hit
the post twice. Hey, another good moment though for these guys. You can feel the confidence. Sebastian Berhalter goes out, Zendejas comes in. We'll see where he sets up and who he's around.
You would figure Tillman would go in the middle, right?
Yeah. You could go Tillman or McKennie. You could go either one. They could drop back in there, and there's a good comfort level there. But I know that he likes Weston to float. So it looks like Tillman at the moment is going to be dropping back, which is a shame because he just dropped an absolute peach of a pass to Balogun on that one.
There you go. Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Christian, Tillman, and Balogun.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not going to argue with that.
I mean, that's a pretty strong defensive look and a good offensive push because Mr. Weston McKennie can attack well from that position.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be – these are the areas that I actually wasn't too concerned with. We have wingbacks are good. We have depth in the 10 spot.
Well done from Zendejas there.
We got depth up top. It's really center backs. And then what are we doing with the goalkeepers?
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Listen, I'm okay with the 3 back that we saw today. Let's just say
Ream,
Richards can't play. No, what I'm saying, if Richards does play, let's say, I'm okay. I got to be honest with Freeman and McKenzie.
Yeah. I love the relationship.
Okay with that, yeah.
Hey, Freeman and Dest got something real special. And if it was just a one-off against Uruguay, oh, what a touch by Zendejas. We went for the double cheeky back heel. Didn't come off. I love that reaction from Weston. Nothing for free, baby.
Nope.
We're not giving anything away from free.
Pochettino was pumped up there.
Yeah. That's what you want to see from your guys. Okay, you make a mistake, you try something, doesn't work. How do you react? Oh, what a cut there.
Well done, guy. Absolutely
well done.
Hey, Zendejas making a big tackle there in the middle of the field. And Scallywag put that out. Out of bounds. All right, 15 minutes left to go in this one. I don't think we're going to see too much extra time just for the hydration break. And looks like Austin Trusty got run over. Hopefully he's okay. All right, we got somebody else here in the hot seat.
All right.
At the Quin house. Step right on up.
Step on up.
What's your name, sir?
Mark.
Mark, nice to meet you. What's your question?
My question is in the group stage between, in the 3 games, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey, which one do you feel the most confident the U.S., based on what you've seen today, which game should be the most sure win for us?
Australia. I'll answer first.
Okay.
Australia. And now, the reason why I say Australia is because we know Paraguay, how difficult they are to break down. Argentina couldn't do it. We're talking about Brazil and Uruguay, Colombia. They play really difficult teams when you're talking about guys who have quality who can break you down. And they were resilient. They were very, very well drilled. So I think it's going to be a very hard game for us to create good chances because they're going to drop and they're physical. Australia, as physical as they are, they're not as talented going forward. They're pretty one-dimensional. You know exactly. Now, in saying that, it's still hard to beat them, but you know what you're going to get from them. Turkey, they have the X factors. You're talking about attacking players who can. Arda Güler can score goals from half field, good on set pieces. Kenan Yildiz, very good dribbler, star at Juve. So, of all those 3 games, that's the team that you say, hey, if we get a point there and we beat Paraguay and we beat Australia, we're good. That's a great result. But Australia is the team that you have to win. You have to beat them.
Yeah, it's hard to top what he just said. That was really smart, Chuck. It's probably the smartest I've ever heard him sound. That's amazing.
Boston College.
That's
College.
it.
There we go.
All right, Mark, thank you so much for your time. Make sure he gets a bag clip. Hopefully you get your favorite player.
Great question, Mark.
That was a good one. I like that. And good answer, Chuck. I was impressed.
You have to beat Australia.
You've thought about it.
We were all cheering because we could have ended up with some real difficult opponents.
Was Croatia, were they in pot 2? We could have had Croatia, no?
Colombia, Croatia.
Yeah.
I mean, Morocco.
Yeah, in comparison.
Yeah.
You're obviously
You're doing cartwheels.
Oh no, here we go.
But I'm not up here saying it's a layup. But
I was just about.
I'm not saying it's an alley-oop. But what I'm saying is you're doing cartwils. when you
Doing
get Australia.
cartwils.
Shout out to all the Australians watching.
Yeah.
Aussie,
Shout out to the
Aussie.
Aussies.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi. A lot of respect.
Wow.
Shout out to Mark
I tell you what,
Schwarzer.
they're still wound up. They're still wound up about that comment. I was in L.A. for the Australia-Mexico game, and they were still wound up talking about how one of your announcers said that it's a layup.
proof.
I was like,
Again, it's bulletin board material, right?
Yep.
I think what's funny, to give it some context, it was a long day. They were covering the World Cup.
No. Don't even start making excuses for
No,
Grella.
but he just wasn't even thinking. Like,
No, stop it.
You think he knew exactly?
100%. What he was basically saying is that's an automatic win. It's an automatic win for the U.S. is what he was saying. And by the way, Mark Schwarzer came on and said, "Hey, oh, you think that?" And he said, "Oh, before you even say anything like that," he backed down. Stand up. You think it's an automatic win? You got to own it.
Say it with your chest,
All
everybody.
right.
If you're going to
All
have a
right.
take, say it with your chest. All right, here's another comment. Don't like giving other teams bulletin board material. Too late for that.
No,
You can thank Mike Grella for that.
Australia got it as soon as.
Oh, here we go.
Come on,
Let's
Tim
go.
Downs. Come on, Tim Downs.
1v1.
Yeah,
Cut him off. Cut him off.
Here we go.
Bury it, baby. Oh. That was your moment.
His
That
little
was it.
legs. His
That
little
was it.
legs. He doesn't
Hey.
have that top speed, you know. It's
Hey.
like the little engine that could.
Good press.
Come on,
Hey,
go.
good press.
You see those little legs? He just.
Hey, great recovery, though, by 22 to get back in this play and bow. He does a really nice job of doing that. I'll shout out the defender
You know
there.
what- you know
But
what he had
Zendejas
there
has gotta
was the
get that on-
chop.
You got to get it on
Yeah,
frame.
the chop would have been
He
good.
had the
Could've
chop
chopped him.
there.
The chop
I was
would've been
expecting Zendejas to hit him with the chop right
He could have
there
given the
at the last
Preki chop.
Oof,
Shout out to all those Preki lovers out there.
No one can do a Preki chop.
Hey, unbelievable.
You knew it was coming. He'd still beat you.
Yeah. All right, let's see how we manage these last 8 minutes. Best teams in the world know how to manage games, manage leads. Woo! Tillman! Spicy. Oh, and he found a belly.
What a ball. Tillman has been on
He's
fire.
He's changed my mind. He's changed my mind. I like Rio. Don't get me Gio in that position, but I think that Tillman would be.
Tillman has been on
he's a
fire.
killer. Look at that little whoop.
Oh, nice little dink around him, and then this pass.
Good vision. You all right?
That should have been 4 goals.
Yeah.
Balogun went to stop it with
Yeah.
the top of his foot. Just hit it one time.
But wow, Tillman, he's put on a display.
Yeah.
Would you say the best so far of the players in the second half?
Tillman's been
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, Balogun's been good too.
Yeah, of course.
but-
And Wesson's been good. And yeah, we got.
But his
like,
passing's been incredible.
his
Yeah,
pressing's been
incredible.
good. His composure's been good. He's going to go press again. These are the details, baby.
Oh, don't bail him out there, Weah.
Hey, Weah made a tackle a little bit earlier when Mark was here asking us a question. The top of the box
the
to block
block-
a
yeah,
shot.
the block a shot.
Hey, I love that. I have plenty of time of giving players their flowers when they make plays that that are necessary in key moments, even if that's not what they're known for.
But Tillman's press, Tillman's
Yeah.
It's been
Tillman
good.
It's
on
been great.
both defensive and attacking,
Been great.
phenomenal. Star of the show in the second half.
All right. So you have what? 10 out of 11. Right.
In terms of what?
Starters. When
Starters.
you look at this, with the way they're playing here, with the way Tillman's playing, you start him. Would you not?
I'm all in on the Gio Reyna train.
Oh, you're
I-
still on the Gio
Really?
train. All right.
Yeah.
After this performance,
You
in
wouldn't
the
start
45.
Tillman there?
I'm all in on Gio Reyna, baby.
All right, he's not
I did a
going to
180.
change.
I'm
He's
all
not
in.
going to
my.
change. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. I respect that. You're going to stay with him.
Staying with it. Little in back and through. Good play there. Good spot from Christian Roldan. I would say the majority of our guys had a really good performance today, 85 minutes in.
Yeah.
And then there are a few that probably didn't help their cause.
No. But let's be honest, the second half, the game dropped.
Yeah,
It dropped.
It did.
And who are the few that didn't help their
Miles
guys?
Robinson, number 1.
Yep.
Okay.
He's wearing my number.
Who else? Joe
I
Scally?
don't think Roldan did himself any favors.
Yeah, Roldan hasn't looked as sharp.
Yeah,
Scally rolled on.
Scally hasn't
Scally
looked
Roldan,
as sharp. Not bad, but just not.
But
not like
but
not
those
where
guys
everybody
aren't,
else.
Those guys aren't expected to play
Right.
unless there's some sort of
Yeah.
injury or something like that. But
Well, let's talk about Brendan Aronson. If he's not hurt, the fact that he can't even get any minutes in this game is concerning if you're a Brendan Aronson fan.
Just got married, honeymoon.
Yeah.
You got to give him a little break.
All right.
I thought he'd have a bigger role. I would
Well, maybe
think
he
in this
will.
World Cup. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
But I
he
think
will.
he just got married, just got so all
Well,
that
where do you
stuff
put him
happened.
then? If Tillman's blowing it out of the water, you got Weston playing higher. Because he had
not-
the
he's-
opportunity to put Weston. So
Yeah.
here's something to talk about, too. Ooh, that's a great ball.
He's not a wing back, so.
So he had the opportunity when he brought Zendejas on to either drop Tillman or Weston McKennie into the 6th spot next to Roldan, and he went with Tillman. That doesn't make me think that he's going to start Weston McKennie next to Tyler in the Paraguay game.
No.
I'm just putting that out there.
I agree.
So you think it's a Berhalter or Adams?
I don't know if it's necessarily Berhalter.
Well, that's the only person it could be.
Well, if you're going with more of a traditional 6, but I would.
That's literally the only person it could be.
We
If
could
you're
put.
not-
He's putting Tillman there.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
if you're gonna
listen, but he could
He
change.
could put Tillman. I'm just saying he could put Tillman.
He can put Weston back there.
He
Let's
could,
be
but I'm
honest
just
for that
saying he
game.
had a choice to
Yeah,
put him there
yeah.
and didn't. So that makes me think he's seeing Weston as more of a free floating, a little bit higher and attached.
But I
to
think
it.
after you watch this game, I think when you look at it, Tillman's been a little bit more, let's say, creative in that position. So I think Weston would be a good fit.
Oh, baby. Oh, no.
We got bailed out there.
We did. Good hold-up play.
Poor
from
positioning
Senegal.
from
Yeah.
Max Arfson.
I have to see that one again. I don't know if we're going to. They're showing us the play from Christian Pulisic. Good goal. I love the big wide angle so we can see the build-up.
Freeman had a really good first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
But I think the first half is going to see what 90% of the team, like we talked about it. The problem is now that's the great debate is can you drop Weston in because he didn't do it? Do you think Tillman will play that position? You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's why it was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Because if you really saw him as a potential 6, then you'd have him next to Roldan right now. But overall, a lot of positives. Obviously feeling better about this than what we saw in March. And it starts with the formation. You put the guys in their best spots, and
you got to set them up to succeed.
Exactly right. Good way to say it. Oh, I love that ball from Roldan. The one time Tillman didn't see something coming. A late attack here from Senegal in transition.
Step, close down the space.
Like, why let him come all the way into the box? That's crazy hold-up play. I love the extra step over. So our lines are pretty collapsed. You want to get your spacing a little bit better than this? This is me getting really soccer nerd. But we managed it. Making them play around us instead of through us is very important. You don't want to get split. That makes the game a lot harder to manage.
Just make the game predictable for everyone behind you.
Yep. And that's one split, which then will probably lead to another one if you can try for it. Good line there by the guys. As Joe Scally gets run over. Couple minutes left, add a few for the hydration break. But this has been a lot of fun. I want to give a shout out while we have the moment to thank everybody for coming in. Appreciate everybody. Great energy here at the Quin House. I shouldn't say this, but you're my favorite crowd that we've had so far. Yeah. Don't tell anybody else, please. We have a comment here that says the USA coach looks just like Russell Crowe. Which movie? Which Russell Crowe movie?
Not Gladiator, that's for sure.
No. He was a little fitter for that one. Hey, I loved LA Confidential. Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen LA Confidential. But, Russell Crowe was shaven there. This is a little scruffier Russell Crowe, if you're going to find one.
Is it the Russell Crowe and Thor?
Maybe.
Hercules.
There's not going to be much added time here, right?
No, there can't be. There's no reason to do that for a friendly. We have the hydration break 2 minutes. I think that's what you add at this point.
Plus, Senegal had a few switches, subs, so maybe 4 minutes.
Maybe. For a friendly, though, I don't think it's worth.
Yeah.
That was 4 minutes. 4 minutes of stoppage time.
All right. Just lock up a win.
Yeah. Nothing silly here.
At this point, just
You need-
lock up a win.
Yeah, because you could give up a goal now. Tillman got knocked over again from Pop Sarr, who plays for Tottenham in the Premier League. Tillman's been good.
Yes.
Yep.
That pass was so good.
I mean,
Got me out of my chair. That's how good that pass was. I was out of my chair.
there's been a few of them, though. It's not even one. The no-look passes.
Yeah, but that one was top at the top. Sendejas dropping. He went a little bit more than a hopeful cross there. A little more purpose and intention on that. More weight on it. But I like his energy. There's a split. Don't want to get split. Somebody's got to step. Weston's asking for it. Details, boys. Details.
Tillman got there.
That could be interesting. Adams and Tillman, 6-6.
Yeah. Because McKennie and Tillman can always swap.
yeah.
You know?
Good pressure. Sendejas. The pressure's been good. This group in particular, I think, has done a really nice job of that counter press. Tillman, Weston's been in good spots. Not to say the first group didn't do it in the first half, but I feel like we've seen more evidence of it with these guys. Holy.
A good old slip.
What are we calling, bro? This ref.
Bad throw.
Well, speaking of Russell Crowe, they said that Mauricio Pochettino is a beautiful mind.
There you go.
All right. Don't play on words.
Under 2 minutes to go. Let's go.
2 minutes. U.S. up 3-2. We need a W. W would feel nice. Can we hold on to the lead? Senegal's going to push here outside of our box.
Yes. Don't put a little bitter taste in my mouth with a tie. I don't want to see a draw.
Well, we have more than enough players in the box to defend it. It's a matter of whether we can step to the ball and not allow anything too easier. And that is... We have not cleared it out yet, so it's fun time in our own box. We got that cleared. That should be... I don't know if it's enough yet.
No,
Still got about a minute. And it looks like the ref called something. Got an injury. Make sure you join us for our post-game show on the Golasso Network and the Golasso America YouTube channel. Hit us up with some comments. We'll do player ratings. We'll talk about performances, who elevated their position within the team. What do we want to see against Germany, Paraguay on June 12th. All the fun stuff like always. If you haven't listened to our podcast before on your podcast platform of choice, we'd highly appreciate that. Call it what you want. I like our guys still pressing. Still pressing. With 10 seconds left. Still going for it. Trying to win it. He calls the game. He calls it. We did it.
We did it.
The U.S. The full 3 points. You love to see it. Very nice.
Lovely one.
Well, I'll make believe 3 points because it's just a friendly, but
Yeah, but
we'll take
that
it.
win.
We'll take it. And it helps Christian Pulisic get out of his slump, as it were. Put some air quotes around that. Goal and an assist today.
Yeah.
Arguably the man of the match.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options for man of the match. I mean, who would you go with?
I would go with Christian just because he got out of the schneid there. He got his goal, he got his assist, and this is what you needed right before the World Cup.
Okay, how about you, Joe?
Yeah, Christian.
Christian?
The goal and assist, I mean, sets the tone in the first half. But there were a number of positive performances today.
Yeah. We got a good comment here, and it's giving us credit, so we have to read it for sure. Fantastic show today, fellas. Great entertainment and great soccer insights. Jimmy, you're killing me with a 180 on Reno, though. What are you talking about? I'm all in on Gio Reyna.
And then Tillman balled out today.
Tillman did ball out today. Tillman did ball out today.
And you still wouldn't start him.
No, I got Gio Reyna.
You literally
we were up 2-0. We were up 2-0 with Gio Reyna.
wouldn't start Tillman. You wouldn't start him in the first game.
Well,
Serious note,
maybe
you're the head
next
coach.
to Tyler Adams.
Oh, okay.
But then Weston's out. These are good problems to have. So listen. If this is Chuck, everybody. He rolls his eyes if I'm like, oh, Gio this, Gio that, and then when I'm super supportive, still rolls his eyes. Like I can't win with this guy over here.
I just want you to be realistic.
I am.
Give me your honest truth. You think what Tillman showed you today, you wouldn't start him against Paraguay?
I thought that he demonstrated a really good understanding of how Balogun and Weston McKennie move within that system, and the little things that he was doing. Yes, if we leave all of the other stuff that I've been, saying about whoever, I want to see Gio play. So that is out there, and I want to stand by that. You tell Grella to own his statement, I'm going to own my statement.
All right, that's fine.
So no matter what, you were going to go.
No,
with
I
Reina.
think there's a world where you could put Tillman a little bit deeper next to Tyler Adams.
So you're not starting Weston.
Well, that's the thing. These are good problems to have, by the way.
I got to be honest. I look at it as a coach, and I want my best players out there.
Okay, so then
when
if
I
you
see
have Tillman's,
Adams,
sorry.
listen, I had Gio as coming in as a sub, so I still have him as a sub.
I don't think he's as effective in that role.
I know, but when I saw Tillman today and what he did in 45 minutes, I think between him and Christian and Balogun up top, and then Weston McKennie next to Adams, that's a solid box right there. That's a very solid box, and the work rate that he gave and the vision of his passes.
Yes.
I didn't see Gio do that today. And in a game like Paraguay, Australia, I think, yes, you can mix them up. But I think to start initially your first World Cup campaign, that box needs to be intact. So that's going to win you or lose you a game right there. Because if they defend as a group, they attack as a group. And I think Tillman did a better job tonight.
And to go off of what he said, Tillman gave you those passes that you can't see.
Yep.
Now, the reason why you want Ray on the field is because he can give you those passes. He can support the striker.
Yeah.
But if Tillman can do that, and work on the defensive side of the ball and shoot from distance, why wouldn't you play him? That's your best attacking player in that role. Now, I had maybe Weah playing that, but Weah is a more of a wide player.
Yeah.
He's not going to give
looks
you
more
those
comfortable
passes.
there.
Yeah, so Tillman, for me, he locked up that starting spot alongside
Do you find
Christian
it
Pulisic.
interesting, though, that when he had a chance, when Zendejas came on, he had to push either Weston or Tillman back next to Roldan, and he elected to go with Tillman. Yeah. I think that's an interesting decision.
But it's midfield. Players can go and come in different parts of the field. And again, we're playing against Paraguay. Paraguay are not sending players.
Yeah, I get that.
Right?
I get
so
that. Which
so
is
you
where
need
you can put
somebody a little bit more flexible going forward. So maybe a starting position.
So you
is a
could
little
have
bit
Tillman
deeper.
next to Adams and Weston's on the field,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you're saying Reyna's out.
Yes.
Okay. I wouldn't be sad about that, but I'm on the Gio train.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, here's another one. Tillman has more speed than Gio, maybe more valuable coming off the bench. So Tillman coming off the bench because he brings a different type of...
You want speed coming off the bench, or do you want speed from the start for me?
But you got speed off coming off the bench. You've got Tim Weah. You've got players that can come off and do that. So I don't see where Tim Weah starts anymore, but I definitely see where Tillman slides it. If he plays today in the World Cup, he would be very dangerous next to Christian, because you got the double threat now. I didn't see Gio looking to make those passes. Gio floated wide. He connected well. He tracked back, but he didn't do. When you look at a guy in that position, I want him to be able to go forward. And when you look that way and split a guy open over here, he should have had 2 assists. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He should have had 2 assists. So that's what you're going to need against Paraguay. A guy that can play in tight spaces, a guy that can put a little 5-yard ball that way or this way, looking a different way. So even Friedman's ball.
Do you want
the
to
outside
see,
of the foot, the way he laid it in there was perfect.
Do you want to see a different type of combination then? I mean, you'd want to see whatever you're suggesting right now. We have to see it in the Germany game.
Yeah.
So Balogun starts.
Yes, up top, yes. Christian, I'd like to see Tillman, Adams, and Weston. Yes.
By the way,
to see
the
that.
back five is
I
the
don't want this to go unnoticed. Ricardo Pepi looked
great
in form.
Yep.
He looked great. So that's an awesome option to have off the bench as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, today we looked like we were 16 or 17 deep.
Yeah.
Like we could put guys out there and I trust that guy to go out there and make plays.
Yeah,
That's an unbelievable club.
Berhalter's one of those guys too. If he was on the pitch, you wouldn't go, "Oh, we're doomed." He can find a way to still make an impact within that
He was
group.
solid. He was solid today.
But he's not a guy I would start.
Right.
Not at this particular moment.
Yeah.
When you have that play, listen, a World Cup, you got to put your best players on the field.
Yeah.
And he's not a starting 11.
No.
He's that first guy you need to come in off the bench to lock down a game. He's going to run, he's
But what
going to
if-
chase, he's going to lock it down for you.
Just to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Do you feel like because Pochettino said this before, it's not always about your most talented players. It's about finding the best team that's going to be the most effective in any particular game. Because with Paraguay, there might be a puzzle that's better fit than Australia or Turkey.
Which is Tillman for me then.
Yeah. Listen, Tillman was fantastic.
If there's ever a player that you can say, hey, we can take a little bit a gamble on this player because he gives us a little bit more from passing, from a shooting, from distance, from activating the attacking trio or the attacking players. Yeah. That's Tillman.
Yeah.
Right? And you can sit Adams a little bit deeper. And by the way, they're great ball hunters, all of them, for pressing.
Yeah, I agree. So, well, here's a shout. If you haven't seen our World Cup squad list, it's up right now. You got Freeze, Turner, and Brady. We haven't really talked about the goalkeeper position. Turner started the first half. Chris Brady got his national team debut in the second half. We'll see Matt Freeze. I assume we'll start in the Germany game, and maybe there'll be some questions that Mauricio Pochettino can answer in the press conference after the game. Defenders, we got Richards, who's hurt right now. We don't know the severity of it, but wasn't available today. Tim Ream's the captain of the team. Mark McKenzie started. Austin Trusty, Miles Robinson, but it was actually Alex Freeman, who was the right center back to start. Thought he looked fantastic. He's got a great relationship with Dest, who started on the right, and Anthony Robinson's left. Scally got minutes, Artson got minutes. Everybody looked pretty sharp, all things considered. You got Tyler Adams, Weston McKinney, Christian Roldan, Sebastian Berhalter, Malik Tillman, Gio Reyna, kind of your midfielder options, and then up top, your attacking guys. Pulisic, Balogun, Weah, Pepi, Zendejas, Haji Wright, who we did not see today, and Brendan Aronson, who we did not see today. Are those the only two players we didn't see outside of Chris Richards, who's hurt? Did we get and Freeze? So we saw 23 players today. 23 players.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Though I still wanted to see a little bit more with whoever the first group's going to be against Paraguay. I would love to have seen that group get more time together on the field. That's all. I don't think that's that big of an ask.
Well, maybe we're thinking the other way around. We're thinking you don't want your players getting hurt the last game. Maybe Pochettino thinks, I'm going to put my best group out there against Germany, and then that leads us into a World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the questions here from the people at the Quin House, lovely people, I should say. After watching today, what is your best 11?
Turner in goal.
Yep.
Freeman, right center back.
So let's say Richards is hurt, and is not available for Paraguay. So Paraguay game, I'd say it's the back five that you had today. Dest, Freeman, McKenzie, Ream, Jedi.
Yeah.
And then based on what we've been saying, it would be Tyler and Weston or Tillman, Christian, Weston or Tillman, and then Balogun up top.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does everybody feel at home about that? Let us know.
Sergiño and Anthony are going to be real assets for us.
Yeah, everybody looked really sharp today, too.
My only question is the goalkeeper. I got to be honest, that's the only one. If you tell me that lineup's great, I just, the goalkeeper situation throws me. I think Freeze is going to start the World Cup. I really do. I really do.
He might.
Yeah. I would rather see a guy with experience, but I think Freeze is going to get this whole game. He's not splitting this game. It's his game. So
For Germany.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we have another guest here at the Quin House. Come on up here. You want to come over? Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's your name?
Jill.
Jill, your question.
I'm wondering what made you fall in love with soccer.
That's it. How much time do we have here?
Chuckles? Yeah.
No, that's a great question. Thank you so much.
I could tell you right off the bat, going to the 1994 World Cup, I was 8 years old. I had just turned 8. I went to South Korea versus Bolivia at Gillette Stadium, and the game was crap. So it wasn't necessarily like the game. It was 0-0, but it was the atmosphere. It was the energy. It was the vibes. It was learning about different ethnicities, trying different food. The games I got to jump on in the parking lot, the pickup soccer. That for me, I said, this game is going to accept me for who I am, accepts everybody. And it just felt like I was embraced. And that was the moment I loved the game.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I would say for me, my grandfather was Danish. So he would kick the ball around with me. And I knew that he loved my grandma, I think, but he loved the game even more. It was very apparent that when he was around the game, he just would light up in a way that I'd never seen him. And I'm like, wow, what is it that's bringing that type of energy and passion out of him? And once I understood that it was the game, then it became a real easy path to want to follow, because and then when I was a teenager in '94, in '94 I was a teenager, and so I got to kind of experience.
I think you're around 30.
Yeah, all right, here we go. So we experienced kind of the same things where you get exposed to all these different cultures and how much they love the game. And you're like, wow, if I could bring that much joy to somebody, that's what I want to do. And so that's what inspired me ultimately. And I actually grew up in the same area as Marcelo, and so he was one of my. I had a photo of him up in my room growing up. So big thrill to be sitting next to him today. But he was one of my inspirations as well.
I have a picture of Jimmy in mine.
Yeah, it's on his mirror right now, actually.
I grew up in a soccer family. My dad played for Argentina one game. He played in Argentina for in a professional league there. They brought him here to the United States. He played in Chicago. And I remember being a kid when we were, I think it was 7, 8 years old. We'd go watch my dad play at Nansen Field. And it was just like grabbing the fence, wanted to get out there and play. And it just kind of became this, it's in the blood when you're Argentinian. It's what your dad does. This is what your dad teaches you. And there came a point when I watched the Olympic team play when they were, it was 94, 93, 83, 84 at Gar High School, and they had Ricky Davis on the field. And I'm looking at this guy. The only one we knew because he played for the Cosmos. He was the big poster boy with the Puma running down the beach. And I'm like, okay. I'm watching him play, and I'm seeing what's going on. And it just like, this is what I wanted to do since I was a kid. It's in the blood. My grandfather, everybody in Argentina, that's what we do. That's how we live. And watching my dad in tears when Maradona scores the goal, we win the Argentina wins the World Cup. Mom and Dad running around the house. It was just something that I think we all knew. When I grew up, there was no professional soccer. There was nothing. So to have a dream to play soccer would have to leave the United States and play. But we qualified for the World Cup, and that kind of changed everything. But as a kid, it was watching how much joy it brought to my dad when he stepped on the field and he played, that just thought to myself, okay, this is what I want to do.
So, Jill, are you inspired? Are you going to start playing, or do you play already?
I'm German by birth, so it was impregnated in me when I was a little girl, just like in many cultures around the world. I think it's very unifying, and since your grandfather was Danish, I'm going to just say, jeg elsker dig, jeg elsker fodbold.
Nice, very nice.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate that.
Very nice.
That was amazing. Make sure you get your back clip of your favorite U.S. player.
I love you and I love football. So
I love that.
I remember going to a 1997 U.S.-Mexico game. It was the first time I ever got to witness the U.S. live, and you guys tied 2-2. It was a crazy game, but the passion from the Mexican fans and the American fans.
That was the Casey Keller off Ed Marcillo's back and into the goal.
After the game, I'm one of those little kids. I had my little 94 World Cup ball, and Cello signed it for me.
No way.
Yeah, Eric Winalda,
No
Eddie
way.
Pope, Kobe Jones. So
That's incredible.
That was a big moment for me as a kid.
I love that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be our formal post-game show. So keep it right here. We appreciate you. Hi, hello, and welcome back to your favorite Average Good podcast. Call it what you want. Whoa! Special watch-along post-game show here at the Quin House in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Marcelo Balboa and Charlie Davies. Let's get into some player ratings, shall we? And let's start with the goalkeepers. Since Matt Turner got the start, out of 10, Chuck, where do you think he performed on that scale? And then secondly, you think he's going to be the number one come June 12th?
You know, I would have loved for him to go out with a clean sheet. You know, that, again, was it his fault that Sadio Mané scored? No. But in those instances, you need your keeper.
Can he still make the save regardless?
You need your keeper to make up that big save, you know? And for me, that would have solidified him as the starter. There's still a little wiggle room.
There is.
Like, for me, there's uncertainty there because Matt Priest could very well be the starter. So I'd give Matt Turner a 6.5.
Okay. Where are you, Thing? Jello knows.
Listen, I think that it was solid. There wasn't really anything that you could say he did this bad, he did that poorly. He makes a good stick save with his leg. I just when you break up a game like this against Senegal,
it's so
where
hard
you give a guy half a game and he's getting his debut, I think that he's setting himself up to put Freeze in the goal against Germany to say this is my starter, this is going to start.
But what happens if Freeze plays against Germany and they get battered?
Well, that's a decision he'll have to make after that game. Right. But as of right now, I think Freeze will get the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think Freeze will be the starter at this particular moment. I give Matt Turner today probably a 6.
All right, I'm swimming in the same waters as you guys. I think what's interesting though is that we haven't made the full decision on this goalkeeper position. When was that made for you? Even in 2002, I think Bruce Arena had to make the choice between Brad Friedel and Casey Keller, but he made it. Was it before the World Cup or was it in the friendlies in the run-up? I feel like you just need that guy so that everybody knows. And right now, to your point, there's some wiggle room, there's some gray area.
We've, since 88, 89, I think Tony's been the goalkeeper. So there wasn't a worry in 90. We knew Tony was going to be the starter. David Van Ole was the backup. The same thing when we went into 94. Bora made it very clear that this is going to start, and then Jurgen got some games and Brad Friedel got some games. But we knew the whole time. The only time it was kind of dodgy is when we went into the Steve Sampson era. Then it kind of got thrown up into the air a little bit.
There was a lot of wiggle room.
There was a lot of wiggle room, and then Casey Keller ended up taking the job.
Which the coach created.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that's where I'm trying to go with that a little bit. All right, let's go into the back line and keep whipping through this. Tim Ream, Chuck, gave some bad balls away.
I'll help you out. 5. I'm going to give him a 5 because I didn't really see anything from him. He made 2 or 3 bad passes. On the goal, he didn't tuck in. He backed up. He tucked. He went straight back instead of tucking in, closing the gap between you and your center back, the middle center back. Instead of doing that, he kind of went back and left that gap. I'm going to say 5, and he's my question mark in the back.
That's interesting because are we being too hard when you're speaking? Like, are we being too harsh on Tim Ream? And then I realized this dude is 38 years old.
Yeah.
He's the captain. The standards for him should be at the highest level.
Yep.
And if we're missing passes that he shouldn't miss, if we're giving bad square balls to a teammate that leads to the goal, if we're backing up and not making those decisions, then we should be holding him to the highest standard. So I think 5's good. Let's talk about Mark McKenzie then, Chuck.
I give him a 6.
Okay. I haven't seen the replay enough to know where he maybe could have done different on Mane's goal. That would be it. Outside of that, he was solid.
He didn't necessarily put a foot wrong at all, right?
Yeah.
But if you're telling me, did he stand out? There wasn't anything
that means he had a good defensive performance. Because if you're solid,
you don't want to talk about a defender. That's good.
Exactly.
That was always like the old school of thought. If you don't notice that central midfielder, if you don't notice that center back, that's a great thing. No, I don't think so. Not necessarily. I want you to stand out with reading the game, intercepting passes. Virgil van Dijk was known for never really jumping, but when he did, he won the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Because you'd say, I didn't really notice Virgil. Well, it's because he was always in great positions, and you did notice him because no one ever went on his side. And when in those 1v1 situations, he always won his duel. So I do see some of the positives that we're referring to, but at the end of the day, I'd say a 6.
All right, 6 feels fair to me. And then we have Alex Freeman. I'm going to say a 7. Just his run alone.
Yeah.
I thought he made some good plays on both sides of the ball. He tracked runners that were in behind, either McKenzie and Ream.
Why not higher? If I'm going to add that,
I still feel like I don't know. the one play for me where I need to see it again and reflect upon some of the decision making. When Tyler Adams was the one tracking Sadio Mané into that space, that should be McKenzie or Freeman for sure. Your six shouldn't have to go back behind
He should have ran into where McKenzie was.
Exactly right.
So, yeah.
Even if he has somebody on the outside shoulder, the most dangerous person in that moment is that run to split between Tim Ream and Mark McKenzie. And that is something that Freeman can see. He can see the runner and the pass at the same time. So for him, if he had made that play, we're talking 8, 8.5. But otherwise, I'm going to put him in the 7. If you want to go 7.5, sure, I'm not going to fight you on that. But ultimately, I think 7's a good, fair number for him.
I like 7 only because the connection between him and Dest, the way they were dangerous going
Yeah,
forward. He's
fantastic.
the third center back, and he got a nice ball outside of the foot into behind. So the defensive part, I think, will come. But I think he did a nice, solid job. I think if you look at all the players, him and Tillman's stock went way up for me today, the way they played, especially in a new position.
And if anything, solidified their position. For me, Freeman solidified that he should be starting for this team. And if everybody's healthy, he should still be starting for this team. All right, let's talk about the wingbacks then. We'll do them together because I feel like they might be the same rating, but let's talk Jedi and Sergiño Dest.
Both were influential. Both made a positive impact in the game. Both got forward. So
Dest scored, so maybe he's a little higher, actually.
Yeah, but ultimately they both had strong games. I think there was some moments where Anthony Robinson was playing 1-2s and playing in tight spaces where you're saying, maybe that's not his strength, but he was still able to find a solution. And Sergiño Dest was great going forward. He had some good defensive plays as well. So I'm going to give Anthony a 7 and Sergiño an 8.
Yeah, that's fair. You get a goal, you get a little bit of a bonus 100%. Tick there. I would say, too, what I liked about Jedi was he was looking for those runs where Christian would start in and then kind of run in behind the outside back, and he played a couple nice balls. And I really like the connection and relationship between Christian and Jedi a lot.
Yeah. I like the fact that when Jedi went inside, Christian was outside. When Christian went inside, Jedi went out. I think that combination is going to be very important against Paraguay. And I think the other side, too, I think Freeman – and if there is a healthy Richards in there, I can tell you right now, I'm thinking McKenzie to the left.
Yep.
Because of the intelligence, a hard tackler, the pace he has, the way they read the game.
Just that's
a solid young group of center backs there. But I'm going to agree. I think I'm going to give Sergiño an 8 because anytime a winger can get in that deep, because where was Gio Reyna on that play?
Yeah, good.
That should have been his run. So I think an 8, and I think on the other side, I give Jedi a 7 because he's just solid. I don't ever look at a guy and think, okay, he had a bad game. He's just solid, and he connects so well and reads the game so well that I've got to go 8 and 7.
Okay, and now let's get into the bottom of the box. Let's go Tyler Adams and Sebastian Berhalter. Go ahead, Chuck.
I think Sebastian Berhalter had a good game. A 6.5 is probably where I'm looking. And then Tyler Adams had some great moments of ball hunting, some good switches. The goal, could he have actually stopped that? He got into a good spot recovering, but Sadio Mané, being as smart as he is, that IQ, quick finish, I'll give him a 7.
I don't even put that on Tyler Adams, to be honest.
No, but
for me, the back line.
But he could have got there, I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
No, I love that he tried to get there, and he could recognize that, oh, shit, this is dangerous. I got to get there. I got to make the play, but there should have been somebody else to slide over.
The problem is he wasn't in a bad position. He just got beat by pace.
Yeah, of course.
Anybody in that position, maybe not you, Charlie, me and Jimmy, even if we were in good position, he would have beat us to that spot because of his pace. So I don't look at that. I look at that picture, and I close my eyes and I see this picture. I'm looking, okay, I didn't see McKenzie. Where was McKenzie in that play?
Right. That's
where was Sebastian Berhalter? You know what I mean? I'm sitting there going,
there's a whole bunch of people there.
Yeah. So I mean, it just one breakdown leads to another, but I don't blame Adams for that because no one could have beat Mane to that position.
Yeah. So Berhalter gets the most minutes. I thought he was pretty solid. He had maybe 1 or 2 giveaways.
So what would you give him?
I would say 6.5. I think it's fair. Yeah. And I think 7 for Tyler.
Stick to my 6.
Yeah, 6
and 6.5.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
not going to fight you on that.
No. We're close. We're all close.
All right. Let's go to the top of the box then. At least for the first half, we had Christian Pulisic, who's probably in the 8.5, 9 region.
Yep.
And then you have Gio Reyna, who once it kind of, I thought coming out of halftime, we're like, yeah, good solid performance. And then you see Tillman play, and you're like, well, not as good as Tillman.
But good.
But good.
Good performance.
Solid, yeah. And I thought he did a nice job of keeping the play moving and getting himself in good spots and being a nice connector. And that's part of his job as a facilitator of the ball in high areas.
I'm going to give Christian a 9.
Okay.
It's Senegal. They're got some real.
And he went at him right away.
Some real
first 30 seconds in.
Some real talented players. Some big players, strong players. They play high level.
Yeah.
And for him to have the influence he did today, and he covered ground, he took dribbles, but he also played the ball. He made great runs.
Yeah.
That, for me, is a 9 when you have a goal and an assist in the way he played.
Especially with the pressure that he had on him. I think that elevates that number a little bit because he needed this game, and he delivered.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to go only because it was 45 minutes. And a game's a 90-minute game in a World Cup. I'm going to still go in my 7.
For
just because Christian played a good
7.
45 minutes. In a game, you've got to play
standards.
No, but I'm saying you got to play 90 minutes. And can he do this for another
that's
45
not his
minutes?
fault, you know
no,
what I'm saying?
but I'm saying it's okay. So I got to give him room there.
What if you just grade him on 45 minutes?
If I give him on 45 minutes, I'm going to give him a 9.
Okay.
Because we talked about it. He's got to be freed up so he can find the game. Did he find the game today?
He absolutely
Was he
did.
all over it from the inside to the outside, but he was freed up to do that.
Yep.
And that's what you need to see. On the other side, Gio, I think Gio was solid. There's no doubt. I don't think I can go back and say, okay, did he not chase that guy down? Did he not do this?
He did all the little things.
But he didn't do enough to say I would start him. But I think I saw enough to say, okay, if I need him the last 20 minutes,
I can bring him off the bench.
I can bring him and he can do something. He can split. He can make some passes. He defended well. So I'd still give him right around probably 6 too.
I wonder who's more effective coming off the bench. I just wonder. I'm not saying that Gio or Tillman or whoever.
We'll go to the last World Cup.
But yeah, well, he came off and wasn't effective.
Exactly.
Off the bench. I just wonder if there's a conversation to be had. I'm sure the coaching staff's having it as to who do we trust to start and who's going to come out and really just be that spark that we need. I don't know if I've seen enough of that from Gio to be like he's our out-and-out super sub. But I also understand why Tillman should be in the conversation to start because I thought Tillman was excellent.
I think, to your point earlier, I think Gio's, and if I'm wrong, you guys tell me, I think Gio's mentality's changed from the last World Cup. Do we see that?
Yeah, of course.
I think he
just
could
by
come off the
general
bench.
age and
That's what I'm saying, maturity.
Yeah.
I think he could come off the bench, and I think he could make an
There's a lot of
impact
coulds
because I think
here.
he understands it with Pochettino. I think he understands what happened last time. Whatever shot you get, you got to take advantage of in a World Cup because you may be that dude that never plays and you just went to a World Cup.
Yeah.
But if a coach thinks, okay, this guy can change the game for me
the
last 20 minutes, then he'll have that confidence to play him. And I think today Pochettino got that thought of, okay, I can play him and he can maybe change and mature and he can do something for me the last 20 minutes.
All right, I love that. Ricardo Pepi, resident number 9, Charlie Davies. Did he have an assist?
He was
1 assist.
He was fantastic.
And he had the 2nd assist for the Dest goal.
He was fantastic tonight.
Probably the best we've seen him play in a while.
I'm going to go with 8.
Yeah, I like that.
8. As a striker.
Like maybe 8.5.
As a striker, when you don't score, how can you impact the game? How many times have we seen a striker up there, if they don't score, you go, this guy did not play. He didn't. How many touches? You're counting about how many touches did he have today? You knew Ricardo Pepi played.
Yeah.
His runs, his hold-up play, the dirty work he does running defensively, the assists, the timing, all of the little things when I'm watching a striker and I'm evaluating a striker outside of your goals. Check. Yeah. Now I feel real confident if I'm Pochettino to go, I know I can start Pepi, or I can come off. He can come off the bench and he's going to be a difference maker. Good form, solid night.
Yeah, I think something we haven't brought into the equation either, I don't even know if we did it during the watch-along, was the fact that these guys are now on the roster. Yeah. It's just different. When you know you're on the roster, everybody can just relax and play because they know they made the team, and now it's just fighting for minutes.
But there are some guys who are saying,
sure,
hey, I want to start.
Of course.
Right?
Listen, I did the pre-World Cup camp, and after 3 weeks, you're like, it's cool to be on the roster, but man, I want to play.
Yeah.
And so, those guys are there. And actually, we're not having too many days of training. I thought they looked pretty sharp, all things considered. But I do think there's a level of relief that allows you now just to focus on the job at hand. And I think that's a good thing, ultimately. All right, let's talk about the second half team overall. We can kind of whip through ratings here a little bit more, even though everybody kind of got equal minutes, all things considered.
Yeah.
Chris Brady got his first minutes. Not a good performance. We'll give with a 4 range, maybe being friendly with the 4. Yeah. Scally, 5. Miles Robinson, probably a 4. Trusty, I thought, was pretty solid. He looked like a 6. Yeah, not to do too much. But I thought he had a really nice play in a 1v1 situation with Njai, and I thought, all right, that ultimately led to their goal because Miles Robinson blew that one up. And then when we look at, so Berhalter didn't start. We had Roldan came on, maybe 5. And then,
4 or 5.
Everybody else above that I thought was really good.
Yeah.
Balogun, excellent.
Yep.
Tillman, excellent. Wesson, excellent. When Zendejas came on, I thought he had
he was also positive.
Yeah, he was positive. Things were happening. And so Yeah, what are we saying about the second half overall? We're everybody agreeing with these ratings so far that we're giving? I don't know if we gave any hard numbers for. Let's go for the attacking players then. Balogun, what would you give Balogun then, Chuck?
8.5.
He was good.
Yep, I'm just going to say 8, so we're right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then Tillman for me he's probably right there too. 8.5.
Yeah.
His pressing I
Yeah.
thought was excellent. His passing was great. Should have had a couple assists like you said, Cello.
I think those two stood out in the second half, and two guys that you could easily take off the second half group and put them in the starting group. So his runs behind, they're just different. Pepi did a nice job of coming in front of the front four, the three they were playing, and was finding the spaces, turning and playing balls in. Balogun was doing a nice job of getting in behind that back line. And when you run behind that back line, you know that back line's going to drop, so that's going to open up more in the midfield. So I like both. And Tillman's vision today, you know what I mean? And the way he was looking at the game and finding the passes. Yeah, I think if you took that first half team and inserted those two, I think you've got your starting lineup for Germany.
Okay, and then who are we missing? Weston McKennie. What do you give him rating-wise?
7.5.
Yeah, I guess 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, I feel good about that. He had some good.
Maybe
the combination play between him and Tillman and Balogun was excellent.
Maybe knowing his ceiling is 7.
Okay.
Knowing how good he can be.
Yeah, right.
I'd give him a 7. But when you're talking about guys who, I think maybe Weston was probably rubbed the wrong way a little bit, not starting today, because you'd say, hey, what's going on here? But to his credit, to Balogun's credit, to Tillman's credit, they came in that second half. They said, hey, I'll show you.
Right.
Right.
So
and
now,
the right mentality to come in. And now the question for me is, against Germany, I get it. It's you're a week before the first game, just about. Do you really want to go with your starters and get them potentially heavy legs, or do you just give them 45 minutes? Do you let them
go
play
45
60?
and 45 again?
Because I would have thought in this game you can run them 70, 75 minutes and then make those subs, and then you rest them against Germany,
but
or maybe you play them 15
right?
minutes.
They play the 6th.
Yeah,
they play the 6th, and they don't play until the 14th.
12th.
The 12th. Sorry, the 12th. I give them a run. I give most of those players 70 minutes.
Okay.
And then from there, I start switching. Or at halftime, I switch 1 or 2 out. But that first half has to be the team
starters
that's going to start against Paraguay. They need to play together, because then you insert Weston McKennie, you insert Balogun, you insert 1 or 2 key players. So they at least have to have, for me, 60 minutes.
So you watched the Australia-Mexico game?
Yeah.
If you saw what you saw today versus that Australia side, what are you saying?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, I'm putting in Weston, like we're talking about Weston and Tillman.
But the way that we played, do you think we win that game now? Like, in terms of what you saw from Australia?
I think so,
right?
only because 5-4-1.
Yeah.
They're looking to hit you quickly on the counterattacks. And let me tell you this, they hit Mexico on quick counterattacks. Ochoa came up with 1 or 2 big saves in the second half.
But that's Mexico's weakness.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, when you look at that group, they're not going to break you down.
No.
Australia's not going to break you down. They're going to let you send numbers, commit numbers, and they're going to wait for those spaces and hit you really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with this group, I think especially if it gets a little hotter, it gets a little warmer, imagine a Tim Weah, it's a defender, imagine a fresh Tim Weah coming and running at you.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Exactly. So when you have those fresh legs in the second half, you're going to need them against Australia. But this team here,
you felt pretty good, though, from
I'm
today.
more worried about Paraguay.
Yep.
Because of the way they can play through you, but they defend so well, and they hit you quickly on the transition. And now how do you stop that transition? Especially instead of us stepping up, we're dropping and dropping and dropping. You know what I mean?
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to give Mauricio Pochettino his rating and start to look ahead to the Germany game. So keep it right here. Let's do it. All right, welcome back into a very special Call It What You Want watch along here for the U.S.-Senegal game, but we have another one coming for you on Saturday, June 6th, as the U.S. takes on Germany. We'll be live from our studio in Stanford. We'd love to come back to the Quin house. They've been absolutely fantastic, but maybe only having one of us, one show.
Maybe the World
Cup. Yeah, we'll talk about it, but that should be a lot of fun. Come back and join us for that. Also, Mauricio Pochettino spoke in his press conference after the game. Let's hear what he had to say.
You spoke yesterday about the importance of getting through this match, but also seeing some things that you would like to see. What did you see, and what was your level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction over the course of the match?
Yes, I think it was positive to finish after 90 minutes in a good form. I think with the possibility to nearly the whole roster playing, having minutes. I think it's too many positive things that we need to improve, obvious things that we need to improve. But I think happy to finish the first week and training and competing against a really good team like Senegal. Yes, always it's better to win. It's true that today is not an official game and doesn't count the point, but it's important to get good feelings. We are still a little bit short in our preparation, but I think we are going in a good direction. No?
Significa la derecha. Right there.
Hi, Mauricio, Paul Tenorio from The Athletic. Earlier this week you said you know Christian Pulisic is going to score at the World Cup, and you said these 3 weeks are about building his confidence. How pleased were you to see today in 20 minutes a goal and assist impacting the game constantly?
Yes, I think it's for the first time that we cannot complain or say nothing for the second time because of all the serve, maybe Paraguay, Uruguay, and today was the right attitude, the right commitment for everyone, for the 22 players that were in the plus the player that didn't play, didn't be involved. That is the attitude that we're trying to find from the day one. Is the commitment, non-official game or official game. We need to play in this way if we want to improve. But it's not pay attention me that today the performance of Christian was in 45 minutes was really, really good. I think he has still potential and room to improve. But I think it's in the way that he's training from the day one. And we can feel, I felt that was that what he needed, and how he played 45 minutes was the habit that he created in the last week. Every day training in this, with this attitude, with this commitment, with this energy. I think now we need to try to extend until 90 minutes. Happy for him also because after the long time or a few months, score again, which is important for a player, in the preparation to the World Cup. I'm so happy for him, so happy for everyone that were involved because I think it's important that to start next week with the good feelings, knowing that we need to improve in different areas because I think in the way that we concede the goals, I think we need to improve and not to allow to the opponent to create the chances that we concede, but I think overall, I think it was a positive day.
All right, that was Mauricio Pochettino talking after the game about the game overall and Christian Pulisic and his performance. No big surprises, nothing revelatory, I think, in what he's saying. I will add, though, that he's talked about competing, Cello, right? This first week, competing, setting the tone. This is going to lead into the rating for Mauricio Pochettino. But I thought what was interesting is clearly he split the squad. That was by design.
Yeah.
And he's talked about competition from day one. Like, I want these guys to have to fight for their spot on the field. And I wonder if that was reflected in his decision-making to split the squad. Because we've been clamoring for, let's just get our 11 and make that as tight, as strong as we can headed into June 12th against Paraguay. But he's clearly seeing a different way to kind of build up his team.
Yeah, listen, I think that you have to divide your team up evenly. You have to be able to put some solid players on each half. But I don't know. To say that because of the week of training, they came out and they competed, you're getting ready for a World Cup. And somebody asked the other day, well, what motivation do these go? I mean, what motivation are we talking about? I mean, you're playing for the World Cup. You know what I mean? What motivation do you have to go out and show the coach today, 2 games to go, that you want to be a starter? Does that surprise you that they went out and ran? I mean, tell me one guy who you saw kind of take it easy today. Everybody's fighting.
It's a
not
World
to be
Cup.
on the team.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to play.
Finally.
Everybody wants to be a starter.
Nobody's nervous anymore. They made the team, and now they can run.
The only thing you worry about is an injury. That you
Right.
can't control. That's just in God's hands. But, listen, it was controlled. I get it. It was planned out. I get it. Great. We got the result. Everything we wanted. We're leading into a World Cup. But I want to see the full team. I want to see this team. And I thought it was weird. I don't know if I'm crazy or not. Did he say we're building his minutes up? Christian Pulisic's minutes up?
I don't know.
I thought he said we're building his minutes up, and I'm thinking, okay, so we're not going to see him play 90 against Germany, but we're going to see him play 90 against Paraguay? I don't know. I think it was a great result. All that counted was the result. Doesn't matter how you play it. At this point, results are the most important thing.
Yeah, I think what's interesting, too, is how do we know how these guys are going to make decisions when they're suffering a little bit? When you take them out at halftime, you never really get that moment because they're not tired. I got the water breaks too. I don't want to get this guy triggered, but
no.
But making decisions and good decisions when you're tired is key.
Yeah.
But Chuck, your thoughts on Mauricio Pochettino? We'll start with you. I've been letting you go first for all the ratings.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Keep it coming to me. Ratings today, they got the win. We saw some real positive plays. I'd say 90% was positive in the first half. In the second half, I'd probably say it was more like a 60-40 in the second half. So given that, I'll give him a 7 on the day.
I was going to say 7 as well.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I still have questions.
I do too.
But in terms of how these guys are set up, so the formation, finally he says, guys, I know, back 5 defensively.
He already gets a 7 just getting to the right formation, putting guys in the right spots.
That's a massive step in the right direction.
Huge.
You got to set up this team to succeed. I get the players have to give the energy and they have to work and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if you want them to be at their best, to fulfill their potential, you need to play them with wingbacks. That is how you prevent guys from staying wide, guys that necessarily don't have to, wingers, and you bring more people centrally. That's where the game is won and lost. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to be compact defensively, have the numbers essentially, but also when we attack, that's when we can unload and get guys in different positions and be a little bit more unpredictable. That's what I love about that. So given that he did that, and that's what he finally went with, hallelujah.
We've been clamoring for it for a long time. It obviously had success at the end of 2025. Then he didn't go with it in March, and we got blown out and gave up 7 goals. We still gave up a lot of goals today.
Yeah.
We haven't had a clean sheet in our last 7, so that's, especially as a center back, and he's a center back, we're center backs, that's a bit of a concern that we're leaking in some bad goals. But ultimately, I think 7, just for the formation alone, is where I'm at. And obviously, you have a win. It's funny when you win, where you necessarily dismiss some of the negative things. But if we had been up 2-0 and then gone 2-2, or if we had drawn that one, we'd be like, oh, well, it's this, and this. It's just funny how thin that line is between success and failure. But that's how the game goes. Where are you on the rating? You 7 fair, or are you going, where are you going?
No, I think 7's fair, only because, no one predicted he was going to make, 9 changes at halftime.
10 changes
at halftime. No one predicted that. And he gave some guys an opportunity to play, Roldan, and all these guys. So, listen, for me, in our business, it's about results. And when you get a result, you can figure everything else out. I think today they figured out a lot of things. I think it put some people's bar was up higher than others. Some dropped a little bit. But overall, I would say, 7's fair.
Okay. All right, now let's then look ahead, because we have 2 podcasts coming up this week. We'll obviously give you a proper, detailed preview. But just because they're our next opponent next week, let's talk a little bit about Germany, who are going to pose different problems, right? They just beat Finland in their most recent friendly, Chuck, right? You had Florian Wirtz started, Jamal Musiala started, Leonard Carl, the top young player from Bayern Munich, started as well under Undav up top. That's a different type of back four attacking four than what we saw against Senegal.
Yeah, I got to watch this German side play for the first time under Nagelsmann here in Hartford, where Pulisic scored an incredible goal. Dribbling from the left to the right, smashed at top bins, top goal. By the way, that first half was pretty good from Berhalter's U.S. side. Again, only 45 minutes, and then it fell off the rails. They didn't have a striker. Undav is much better than what they had at that point, which was I'm blanking on the player who went from Dortmund to Milan.
Yeah. He was at West Ham.
Yeah, big guy.
Oh man, I can't think of his name right now. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking right now.
I can picture him, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it'll come to me. Fulkrug, yes,
yeah.
Nicholas Fulkrug. Yeah,
Andy with the shout here. Appreciate you.
So Undav is leaps and bounds ahead of him, given what he's been able to do this season at Stuttgart. Just a little bit better of a player. But Musiala hasn't had the best of seasons, injured. You know, same thing with Florian Wirtz. But what their potential is, super high. And so it's going to be a great test, because if you're talking about sitting back and conceding possession outside of transition and them being dangerous in transition, they have the individual playmakers 1v1 who can break you down. Here against Senegal, there was not much of midfielders being able to beat a couple players and then drive at you and then force you to make a decision. There, they can break you down in the box. They can break you down in midfield. I'm really looking forward to this test.
Much better defensively.
Yes.
They're organized. They're compact. So,
but they also have trouble with pace if you can stretch them in behind. Can we test them enough behind their back line?
Yeah, it's going to be a good test for our team overall. Anything that maybe jumps out at you right away, Cello, about what you want to see from that game, or what kind of game you expect? Because it's going to be different than this one.
The game I expect is for U.S. to come out and be aggressive. I think this is when you're playing at home. We have the advantage of playing the World Cup in the United States. So when you start sitting back, this team is not good when it sits back. We saw them against Belgium. We saw them against Portugal. This is a team that's much better when it's in a mid-block or it's high pressing. And when it drops, where you break the press, you drop into that mid-block. So I'd like to see this team a little bit more aggressive on the outsides, running at players, going at players. I'd like to see that two midfielders, the two sixes, stay a little bit more planted. So that does give the freedom for the two outside backs to go. But I just want to see a more offensive and a more aggressive team.
Doesn't it feel good when we win? Yeah. It just feels good.
It really does.
Because sometimes we do these shows and we want the team to do well, and when we lose, it honestly, the amount of energy it takes to just try to extract.
Not be negative?
Honestly, it takes a lot of energy to not be negative and just to jump right on the team or jump right down their throats. Now, when it's earned, then of course that makes sense, but I don't want to give it unnecessarily. Yeah. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun doing this with you guys.
Same.
Yeah, this is fun.
Thank you for coming to my old home here at the Quin House.
I want to give a shout out to the staff of the Quin House.
Awesome.
They're absolutely unbelievable and have been taking care of us throughout the day. All the fans that came out to the Quin House as well. Shout out to Boston.
Shout out to the Edgerleys who own the Quin House. Paul and Sandy, incredible people. Yeah. They do a number to give back to the community. Matthias, he runs. He's the managing director. But ultimately, top place, great game, and happy to do it with you guys.
And I want to give a shout out to the production crew as well, who are making us look better than we deserve to be. They are absolutely awesome. And I can't wait for the next one. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you soon.